What is up, everyone, and welcome to the Random Encounter Podcast, episode 105. I'm your host, James, and I'm joined by Ash Destroy 'em,
Yo, what's up, guys?
Phaneckswhy.
What up, what up?
You got that Terra and the Moogle shirt, Final Fantasy VI shirt,
Yep.
right there. And we got Bryant.
Otherwise known as the Echo of Wisdom.
Yes. Echo Wisdom. We're going to talk a little bit about that because that game surprised me. But before we get into that, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Goal for the rest of the year is trying to hit 2,000 subscribers. Very long stretch goal, but hey, I think it's doable. So definitely hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, because that also helps out the algorithm, push the podcast up so people can see that we're live right now and jump into our videos. And as well as share the channel. That helps out quite a lot. And don't forget to also follow over on Twitch, because we do simultaneously stream the podcast and all of our streams on both Twitch and YouTube. So we're going to go and start with something we haven't done in a while. And that is, let's talk about what we've been playing. Me and you are going to go last, Bryant, because I'm pretty sure we're playing the same thing. So let's start with you, Ash. What have you been playing?
I'm actually been just going back to Elden Ring a bit more. And trying to at this point trying to collect everything that I possibly can and probably get all the achievements because I think it's feasible at this point because right now I accidentally got one of the hardest endings in Elden Ring, so I'm like, okay, since I got that, I'm pretty sure I'll be able to do New Game Plus a couple more times and get the other endings too. Once I get all the achievements for the base game, then um I'll probably buy Shadow of the Erdtree later on and then try to complete everything in that as well and finally be done with the game. It's still fun. I love it. I love it a lot. It's just a lot of time that I'm forced a lot of time that I really want to invest into when it comes to just completing everything and stuff. It's just so much content. It's crazy. But alongside with that though, I'm also been revisiting Fire Emblem Path of Radiance on my Steam Deck, and it's just I think the biggest highlight from that game is how really good the writing is compared to any other Fire Emblem game I played. It's crazy. Like
You haven't played Radiant Dawn yet, right?
Oh, I haven't touched that yet.
Okay.
I have even I only play Path of Radiance whenever Radiant Dawn. And the thing was I got screwed over for Radiant Dawn because I decided to wait a bit long to get the game, but by the time I wanted to get it, the game was already sold out everywhere. It was literally impossible for you to get it. And at the time when I was looking at it, they were selling copies for $100 on eBay, and as time progresses, it keeps going up and up and all that crap. And I'm like, come on. And ever since then, I was hoping that Nintendo will find some way to, upload the game onto like the Nintendo Wii shop so I can just buy from there and then call it a day from there. Because I didn't care if I got the physical or digital. I just want to play it. But it never came to fruition, unfortunately. But yeah, Path of Radiance, really good, really good game. Ike, I think he's like 14 or 15 at that time, and the way he's handling a lot of things as the story progresses, I'm just extremely impressed on how he's like, progressing as a character and also as a commander as well. Because this is like one of the few Fire Emblem games that where you're not actually playing as a lord, you're protecting you're technically protecting a princess, but you're later on you take over as the commander and stuff, and you have to make a lot of decisions and stuff and make sure you keep everyone alive as you're playing the game. And yeah, it's really good, really fun game. And then other than that, I've been playing on and off Zenless Zone Zero every now and then as well. So, but yeah, that's pretty much from my side of things.
Funny you mentioned that. I never really thought about that, but yeah, you're right. Every Fire Emblem game, you're playing as some type of royalty, right? Yeah,
Yeah,
you are a lord, and Fire Emblem Path of Radiance is the only one really, and Radiant Dawn, I guess, are the only ones really where you don't play as like royalty. You're just a mercenary. In this one, you're just a kid trying to survive.
exactly. And it's just he's going through some trauma a little bit.
Yeah.
It's just the way the way they do the story beats for each chapter is really good. And the one thing that you also pointed out earlier with this game that I forgot as well is the way how the map designs are and everything. I actually really love it a lot because it actually makes certain things difficult on how you're supposed to put units at certain spots. And it's even more enjoyable when you're playing on hard mode because you got to be careful where you put Ike, because if you're facing another enemy that's using a steel lance and stuff, you can get killed in 2 hits if he gets hit and stuff. So it's a lot of thinking a little bit, and it's fun. It's a really fun game. So.
And then funny fun fact where a lot of people might not know if they never played Path of Radiance. That's where a lot, I won't say a copy, but maybe a huge inspiration came from when it came to Three Houses, where it's literally the same type of setup where you're a mercenary, right, or son of a mercenary, and so forth. So very very similar setup, except that Ike is better than Byleth, hands down, and that's just facts. Ike is just a better character overall, and the Grail Mercenaries are just a better character overall. Versus what's in Three Houses. No offense to Three Houses fans. I know a lot of people like Three Houses out there, but yeah, it's
Three Houses. You don't play as royalty, right?
No, you play as Byleth. I mean, I guess technically
it's like a 50-50 because technically the main character was a mercenary. Yeah, a main character was a mercenary, then later on gets basically hired as a professor to teach one of the houses. So you're playing alongside with other royalty as a professor, if that makes sense.
Gotcha.
Yeah. And then Path of Radiance, not Path of Radiance. Radiant Dawn is very similar because, of course, that. And I think Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn are the only one that canonically, Ike, as he progresses and he levels up, he literally just becomes like super overpowered. Like he starts off very
Oh,
weak, and
hmm
his level growth out of anything else. It turns out to like towards the end of the game, you could just throw him in the middle of anywhere, and he'll just destroy anybody. And and then I like that in Radiant Dawn that carries over, where it's the same thing. You just throw him anywhere, and he's just destroying every unit because
he's
he's
a
at OP.
monster. It's
Yeah.
crazy, man.
So that is, there's some cool stuff they did with it. It's just sad that both Path of Radiance and Radiant Dawn didn't sell well on GameCube, which is funny because Path of Radiance came out at the end of the GameCube, and
Mhm.
Radiant Dawn came out in the beginning of the Wii, but both of them did really bad,
I
unfortunately.
mean, would you think after Brawl coming out, then it probably would have boosted the sales for Path
Mhm.
of Radiance,
I think
if
so.
anything?
Yeah,
Yeah,
I think because most people don't even know Ike. Like now, when they see Ike, they just think of Super Smash Brothers. They don't think of
pretty much. Yeah.
his actual game. What about you, fan? What you been playing?
Not much. I've been kind of busy dealing with the hurricane.
Yeah.
Hell, with work. But I try and play Breath of Fire for 1.5 time. Like I only get like 30 minutes, like an hour to sit down and like load it up. So I can't get too far, unfortunately.
I hear
Makes
that. I
sense.
hear that.
I got
No.
PTO coming up for like a couple weeks back to back, so I'll be logging in some hours there.
Same here. Same here. Yeah, looking forward to that. And what's was more hilarious is that I have a whole week of PTO that's coming up,
Mhm.
and that same week, that's when Sparking Zero is going to be coming out. Which I'm actually contemplating whether I should just. This is one of the first times I'm doing this, but I'm actually going to be buying a digital deluxe edition just so I can play the game 3 days early on my birthday. That's literally the only time I'm doing it, if anything, because I'm
Yeah, I
just
can't
like,
wait for that.
I'm so anxious for that. And then on top of that, what's even worse is that Metaphor Reef and Fantasio is coming out, and I already
Mhm.
played some of the prologue demo. And fuck, excuse my language. It's just I love what they're cooking, and I want to see more of it. I'm interested. Like they got me hooked. It's pretty good. So
Yeah, and there's a lot of games coming out very soon. There's also Mario and Luigi Brothership coming out.
don't.
Uh,
Oh, shut up, God.
we got
You
Dragon
know I'm a
Quest
Mario
3,
Luigi
of
fan.
course. Dragon Quest 3
Hmm?
coming out.
Uh,
What else? I'm actually
yeesh.
excited. Nintendo posted a Mario Party Jamboree video, and it actually looks really, really good. And I think you guys should watch it because I think this would be it looks like it's back to the basics finally, where
Oh,
we're
for Mario Party?
getting where we're actually
Oh,
finally going back to that N64 slash GameCube era of Mario Party versus like
oh
the
yes.
newer stuff. So we actually got
Yes.
new maps plus some returning, and like the gameplay and everything just looks awesome. There's like some cool online modes too that they added. So I think it sold me. Like if you watch that video, whenever you guys get the chance, watch that video on Mario, Paper Mario, or not Paper Mario, sorry, Mario Party Jamboree.
Paper Mario
Uh,
Party, that'd be fun.
yeah, no, Mario Party Jamboree. Watch that video. It's pretty good. It convinced me that I need to get that game, so I'm actually excited for that. But there's quite a lot of stuff coming out in the next few months for sure.
Pretty
Uh,
much.
I'm gonna go ahead and talk about a couple things before we go into what we're gonna talk about, Bryant, and I'm gonna actually have you lead you with that topic. But a couple things that I've been playing this past week is Wild Arms 2. So for whatever reason, I've been thinking about playing Wild Arms for the longest. I decided to play Wild Arms 2. And part of me was like afraid because I'm wondering like I played this a long time ago. This would have been what like 2000 year 2000 because I think that's when it came out. So I played it then, and I was wondering did I like it because of nostalgia? Like did I actually like it or is it actually a pretty decent game? So playing through it, I'm still in the very beginning, but as I play through it, I'm realizing I think I did like it because it was a good game. I don't think it's so much nostalgia. So I will try to play that every now and then, like back and forth. The other game I was playing because this was definitely for nostalgia, but I got hooked right away was Rage Racer. So Rage Racer, a lot of people don't even know about that game, which is sad because this is the precursor to Ridge Racer. So Rage Racer turned into Ridge Racer, but basically the same game, same concept and everything like that. I was playing. It has like an amazing soundtrack, probably one of the best soundtracks ever, and it's fun. It's just a very arcadey racing game. Don't expect Gran Turismo style like realism, right? But it's still very fun. The tracks are very, very neat. It's really just one giant track, but each time you go to the separate track, they just like close out certain sections and you have different routes to go to. But yeah, I was playing that and that's actually pretty fun. And I don't know. Maybe it's not so much nostalgia because I was actually having fun with it as it is. Like I don't think a lot of nostalgia was factoring in terms of oh yeah, I remember this track and I remember this car and stuff like that. But I was still having fun where I played it for like 3 hours, the other night and it didn't feel like 3 hours. But yeah, I've been playing those two, and then of course been playing Echoes of Wisdom, which I started yesterday. But Brian, I'm gonna have you give your thoughts first on Echoes of Wisdom. What do you think about the game?
Uh, I think it kind of has to start when we're talking about this. We have to go back to when this thing was revealed at that Nintendo Direct. I
Mm-hmm.
think was it the one you and I watched where Marvel vs. Capcom Collection was
It
revealed? Was that the
was,
one they
yeah. It
revealed
was
it?
just me and
Yeah.
you,
Okay.
yeah. And then
Yeah,
Ash
and I
said
had a
he wished
tie
he
on.
joined. Yep.
Yeah, and, I remember when I saw it, like, I wasn't too hot on it because it just looked like I'm not a big fan of games where you direct people what to do, so, like, Zelda, the
Yep.
fact that she didn't have direct control of the action, like, she didn't have a sword to hit things with or whatever, like, it kinda turned me off, like, "Yeah, cool, summon an enemy and then, like, watch it attack somebody," like, it didn't really I'm like, "I'm gonna buy it, it's a Zelda game," so I'm like, "Whatever, it'll be fine." So then it comes out, and I'm like, okay, let's just put this on and see what it's like. And immediately in the first dungeon, or not in the first dungeon, like in the very beginning of the game, like the prologue of the game or whatever, where you play as Zelda and you first get the power to copy items and you have to like escape this little prison thing. I was like, I really like what this is. I really like what they're doing here because it's not as complex as something like Breath of the Wild or Tears of the Kingdom where you have to like have all these different ingredients that are in the environment or you have to like use schematics to build certain things. It's just like, okay, here's your chair that you now own the chair. You can make up to 3 copies of this chair and you can do whatever you want in the environment with it. And it's just very basic and you have unlimited resources. So you can make 3 chairs and then I mean you can only do so many at once, but like you can do 3 chairs, or you can do like a chair and 2 trampolines. You can do 3 beds, stack them up on top of each other. Like it's like it really just is totally different than what I thought it was. And then when it comes to like summoning the enemies, like it's kind of cool, like watching like these enemies that when you see them in like a game like Link's Awakening, they kind of spell dread for you. Like, did you get that enemy yet where it's like a spinning plant thing with the
Yeah,
spikes on it?
I did get
Yeah,
that. Yeah.
like that enemy was always a pain. Like when you're playing like a Zelda game, like they're even in Ocarina of Time. They're
Yep.
they're in other Zelda games, but like when you have it as a summon and you can just like bring it to rain down spiky fury on everybody, it's like really satisfying to watch them just like spin up and kill everybody. I will say that the only real downside so far that I found is that some of the enemies that you can summon, they don't take a lot of health off of other enemies. So if you have like a spear throwing moblin or whatever, and he's going against like an octo rock, whatever they're called, it takes like 10 hits to kill it. Like I'm hyperbolizing a little bit, but it takes a lot longer than what you think it would take. Other than that, though, it's really fun. I'm in the second dungeon right now. I like the aesthetic of it. The only other real big problem is I think the performance is pretty bad as far as like the frames per second. It is choppy. Like
Are you
Link's
playing in
Awakening was kind of
handheld?
choppy.
Are
What'd
you
you
playing
say?
handheld or on
TV.
Docked.
TV? Okay.
Doc, yeah. Yeah, like I thought Link's Awakening was a little choppy, that remake that came out a few years ago, but like it was okay. Like for the most part, it was pretty stable. But this game, no, it is really choppy when you get to anything outside of indoor environments.
Yeah.
And I wouldn't be surprised if like when the Switch 2 is inevitably announced, they announce a bunch of fixes for these games that are going to be like Switch 2 enhanced, like Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, Link's Awakening, Echoes of Wisdom, to like clean up these frame rate things. Because if these games all ran 60 frames per second, they'd be gorgeous and they'd be like perfect. But
Or
there's
stable
performance
30.
issues. Yeah, or a stable 30 I'd take too, but
Yeah.
like it's just not stable. But yeah, overall, I am pleasantly surprised. I'm really digging this game a lot. It's really surprising because I was not really excited about it, but then all of a sudden I got into it and like I see what they're doing and I'm kind of addicted to it. I can't wait to get in more and keep going.
Yeah.
Just imagine if they make another game, but you switch off between playstyles.
That'd be awesome.
Like, the story involves both of them, and you hand off at one point of the story, between Zelda and Link.
That'd be
You
cool.
kind of have
Or
that mechanic in this, but it's not quite that.
Yeah.
or like you play together and then you both have to like switch off between the
Mhm.
characters to like complete one dungeon.
Yeah.
Like I'm trying to think of a good example of that, like Resident Evil
Spirit
0.
tracks.
Well, yeah, Spirit Tracks, I guess, is very similar to that. But Resident Evil 0, I'm thinking of where you have Billy and Rebecca, and you would go back and forth.
Code Veronica.
Not so much.
Oh,
'Cause Code
that's
Veronica,
Resident Evil 0, isn't it?
yeah, Resident Evil 0.
Yeah.
Yep. Yeah, because Resident Evil 0, you actually had to go between the two. And
Mhm.
I'll never forget this because that was actually one of the games I got with my GameCube. I got that in Wind Waker. And like there's certain parts because you have no treasure chest, you would have to like go back and forth between sharing like the ammunition and stuff. But
You mean like
sometimes you
the
might have
storage
to
box?
go the storage box, correct. I
Mhm.
said treasure chest, but yeah, you know what I meant.
Same difference.
Yeah. So then you would have to go like you might have to take one character, switch them. They have to go to the other opposite side of the train, and you'll have to go to another side of the train, and stuff like that. So I can see Zelda doing something similar to that.
Mhm.
But yeah,
Be kinda cool to see.
as far as like my impressions when it comes to the game, it surprised me because I'm like you. I don't really like playing games where you're not in direct control of the main character because I don't know. And I say Pokemon is an anomaly because yes, you're not in control of your main character because your main character doesn't really do anything. It's your Pokemon that actually do. But that's a little bit different. Most games that I play, you are in direct control. You're not summoning something to fight for you. And that's why I've just never played like summoning classes in like MMOs or in RPGs or anything like that, just because I think it's boring. But like you mentioned, it is surprising, and like I found ways to like cheese the fights
Mhm.
where I
That's
have
the
my
best
night
part.
guy. Yeah, like
Yeah.
like I have my night guy, so like anytime anybody attacks him, they just bounce off of him, and then he just hits. And then what I'll do is I'll use the grabbing power and just put the enemy right in front of the knight, and my knight just goes ahead and whacks on him. And
Cheesing the
it's
puzzles
fun.
too is
Yeah,
great.
exactly. Yeah, doing stuff like that. Which has like that Tears of the Kingdom vibe where you could kind of do stuff and get around without actually following the actual way they're probably meant to be completed, but you're completing it regardless. So I do like that. It's like a baby Tears of the Kingdom. Like I can see
Mhm.
like a baby version of Tears of the Kingdom, which is not a bad thing. It's a good thing. I really enjoy it. Oh, lore wise, I'm not sure. Did you go to the Garuda Valley first, or did you went to or
No,
Garuda
I went to
Desert?
Zora.
Zora. Okay, so I went to the Garuda Desert, and I really think this takes place in the Link to the Past like world because I'm
Well,
not
the
sure
map
how
is similar.
the map is very similar. That's one. In the Garuda Desert, just kind of spoiler for you maybe. I mean, it's not a major thing because it's as far as I know, it doesn't do anything. But I walked into the desert and there's a area that looks exactly like the dungeon that was in Link to the Past, where you go to the desert area. If you know what I'm talking about, it has
Yeah,
like
of course. The
the
second pendant.
yeah, where it has like that. You have like the middle head, and that creates the staircase, and there's like two smaller heads on the side. It looks
And you have to
exactly
pray
like
to it.
that. Exactly. It looks exactly like that. But of course, I don't know. I
Isn't
have to
the
play more of the
Hyrule
game.
map Link to the Past?
It's very
It's a Link to the
similar.
Past map, pretty much.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
It's just
because
in the style of Link's Awakening, but it's a Link to the Past map. Right?
for the most part,
That's what it
yeah.
looks like.
I mean, it's a blend because the beginning area, where you leave like Hyrule Castle, that and you land in the area when you jump out of the water and stuff. That reminded me of Link's Awakening a little bit, like the right like beginning of Link's Awakening area. But yeah, the map itself, yeah, if you look at it, it looks a lot like a Link to the Past, if not a carbon copy. I mean, there's some changes, like the bottom right in Link to the Past is like that lake area. This is not a lake area; it's a forest area. But for the most part, it's
Top
very
right is
similar.
Zora. That's a
Yeah.
Link to the Past. Is
So that was
Zora.
in Link to the Past
Top
too.
right.
Yep, that was
Mhm.
there.
Very top is the Death Mountain.
Yep,
What are like the biggest complaints you've seen from other people about this game? Because
frame rate.
once upon a time, I straight up like was on Best Buy and I saw the game being listed there, and the game got like 2.5 out of 5 stars. I'm like, what the hell happened? I'm like, that was I was confused about that. So could it be just the performance problems and stuff, and that's it, or
Yeah, like in the beginning when you're in Hyrule, like Castle Town, the performance is really bad.
wow,
And I
that's
think it runs at
surprising.
an unlocked frame rate, so it goes to what seem. I don't know if it's 30 or if it's 60. I think it goes to 30, and it drops to as low as like maybe like in the teens. I'm talking about like 18, 17 frames per second. Once you get out of there, it's a little bit more stable. It stays like 30-ish, probably dropping to as low as 25. So it's not too bad. And then inside the dungeons, I feel they're pretty good. But that's like
Such
the
a shame because
major
that art
issues.
style is so nice looking too.
Exactly. And yeah, and you would think they would learn from Link's Awakening, but they didn't. And it's Grezzel too. So Grezzel developed this game, which is cool because this is Grezzel's first original Zelda game. They've only done remakes, right? They did Ocarina of Time, Majora's
Oh,
Mask,
I didn't
Link's
know that.
Awakening,
Hmm.
Twilight Princess, and Wind Waker. Grezzel did all those games. And their only original game was the one that came out all the way at the end of the 3DS era, which was, I think, Oasis, Ever Oasis, I think it's called. It came out directly at the end, which felt like a Zelda game, but nobody played it because the Switch was already out. So this one here is their original Zelda game, which is kind of cool. Where Anuma was just overlooking it, but Grezzel did everything. So
First female director too for Zelda, apparently.
apparently,
Ash,
yeah.
the 1.5 or 1 point whatever star rating on Best Buy is not indicative of the game. It's the pre-order process. If you read through all the reviews, it's about the pre-order bonus that they did not get by getting it from Best Buy.
Oh yeah, I was just
It has
glancing
nothing to
and
do with the
saw.
game.
Okay,
It has nothing
okay.
to do with the game.
Like Zelda
makes
did not
sense.
provide me with my pre-order.
Well, no,
Like,
it's
I'm
just
looking
like
through it, it's just all the ratings for Best Buy. Ratings for Best Buy. No
Yeah.
pre-order bonus.
I didn't
Nothing to
click into it and stuff, so I'm just like, okay, so something must have happened with the game or something like that. I'm glad it wasn't something about the game because I'm like, man, this is one of the first games that you actually play as Zelda, but this is a game review bomb. Don't forget.
No, but it's a good game. Enjoying it, and yeah, I think anybody out there who's on the fence, I think you'll enjoy this game. If you're a Zelda fan, you'll enjoy this game. It feels like Zelda, or like any Zelda game. I guess that's a pun, right? Because it feels like
Yep.
Zelda 'cause you are Zelda,
Pretty much, yeah.
But it feels like a Zelda game. Like I said, Baby Tears of the Kingdom. So, I think you'll have fun. All right, let's go ahead into some of the smaller news. I'm gonna go ahead and do this quick so we can get into the big topics. Starting off with Front Mission 3 remake. I made a new.
I know,
new
no,
idea.
3 make. That's way
3
better.
make.
The
Yeah,
3
that
make,
was
yeah.
right. Yeah,
That's what it
But-
should have been.
It should have been, right? Yeah. They showed it off, which looks good. I mean, it looks like Front Mission 3, like exactly how I remember it. And I have to really go back and look and see, because to me it looked like no difference except that it was widescreen. But Front Mission 3, in my opinion, is probably the best Front Mission game. Not counting that I've never played 2, and 1 I've only played like a little bit of it on the remake side. But 3 I loved it. 4 was also good. I never played 5 because it never came over here in the US. But Front Mission 3 was really good. My favorite. Like I loved it. There's 2 different like story sides you can do and all this other stuff. Very good. They showed it off. No music. I don't know if they're probably remastering the music like they did with the other games. But I'm enjoying it. I'm enjoying it. Not enjoying it, but I'm enjoying what I'm seeing. And I'm excited for that. So no release date on it yet. It is Switch exclusive as of right now, but every other Front Mission remake has gone to PlayStation, Xbox, and PC. So I assume that this will eventually come to those platforms if you want to wait off on that. There is a new Dragon Quest III HD 2D trailer.
Wait,
They
I want to
showed
talk
off
about
some
Front
stuff.
Mission.
Oh, go ahead. Go.
That was the first Front Mission game I ever played was Front Mission 3. It came out like
Yeah.
in 2000, I think.
I think so.
Maybe.
Yeah.
I just remember like Mecha Head Bryant at 13 or whatever just thought it was just such a cool game. The fact that you have like all these mecha that you control that like can get their arms blown off or damaged, and then you have to like
Yeah.
repair them, and the story was really gritty and realistic.
It was. Yeah.
And I just remember all the critical acclaim of that game. And so when 1 and 2 came out, like I bought them because I'm still into mechs and stuff like that. But now that 3 is coming out, I just remember that was really, really a cool game. So I'm definitely looking forward to that hitting the shelves. And you're right. It hopefully will come to PlayStation and Xbox because, like you said, the other 2 did. So yeah, that's gonna be rad.
Yeah, when I got into it was the same thing. Like I was a huge Gundam fan. And what I did to all of my Wanzers, I named them after the Gundams, and I changed their color scheme because you could change the colors to the Wanzers. So I would make their color scheme try to look as close as possible to the Gundams.
Or in my case, Evangelion. Yeah.
Yeah, same thing, right? You can make all purple, easy. New Dragon Quest III HD 2D trailer showed off.
No
some of
demo.
the, English Voice acting, still no demo, but I'm pretty sure a demo's gonna come soon. They'll probably wait for like 2 weeks or something before the game actually comes out. But yeah, definitely take a look at it. Looks really, really good. They showed off. Man, I can't believe it. I just
They showed
watched the
off
trailer too.
They showed off new job classes.
Mm-hmm. There's
They
something
showed
else. There's a
off.
new feature. Do you remember the name of that feature?
I don't know. I mean, I was watching and they showed off like you can like do monster battles, like a monster arena where you can
Yep, they did show that
capture
too.
a friendly monster and like fight other monsters, which was interesting. Um, Job class changes, a lot of customization, voice like changes and stuff like that, which I thought was really cool. I kind of wish like a lot of like the pixel remasters for like the Final Fantasy series. It would have been cool to see them go to this route.
Yeah, I agree. Because this is making the Pixel remasters look like a Pixel demaster, kind of. Because they took out a lot of the features that were in like Final Fantasy VI Advance, for example. Like you can't do the Coliseum that was in Final Fantasy VI Advance. There's a lot of features that were in the Advance Final Fantasy titles that are just not in the Pixel remasters, which kind of suck. I mean, they want the original experience. I kind of get that, but I do like what they're doing with Dragon Quest 3 HD 2D by adding a bunch more rather than just recreating the original experience. They did show off also a newer boss, a new boss that they added to the game and stuff like that. So pretty excited, very excited about that. But speaking, man, I can't talk today. Speaking of Pixel remasters, Xbox is finally getting the Pixel remasters as well
I bought
as
'em.
Trials of Mana and oh, nice, Trials of Mana and I keep forgetting the other game. It is
Wasn't it the collection of mana or something?
no, it's the PlayStation Mana game. What was it called?
Legacy of Mana?
I think so. Yeah, yeah, it has to be Legacy of Mana. Can't remember. It was the one that was
Yeah,
most
because
recent. That I think it
yeah,
was
the one
Legacy
that
of
came on
Mana.
PlayStation originally, because I think the first one was Legend of Mana on SNES. I'm gonna
Yeah,
double check that. It's either
I,
Legend or it's Legacy. I
I
always
think you're
forget.
right. It is Legacy. So yeah, but both of those games came out, which is good. Like Trials of Mana, I really enjoyed. I have that on Switch.
It's Legend. Legend of
It,
Mana is
Legend of Mana.
PSX.
Okay, so that was the
Mhm.
one. So Legend of Mana is the other one that came out there. Uh, both good Mana games. Trials of Mana, I did enjoy. I really like it. Originally, when Trials of Mana actually the remake came out, this would have been the first time it came out in the West because that never came out on SNES in the West, and then eventually that would come out in the collections of Mana. We would get the SNES version. But great soundtrack and everything. Very good game. And then of course, like I said, the Pixel remasters. Also, Phil Spencer was spotted using a DualSense, and I thought it was funny because he's like, he goes ahead and he's using it. He's like, "Oh, the X button is
Where's
in
the
the
X
wrong
button?
spot." He's like, the X button's supposed to be over here," and it's funny. I mean, Phil Spencer. I know a lot of people are angry at him because of the way Xbox is right now, but he's a gamer, and it's nice to see him playing games. You can always see, is it Shuhei, right? Yoshida?
Shuhei Yoshida?
Yeah, you can always spot him. Like, remember when the Nintendo Switch was getting announced? He was in that trench coat and everything like that. I don't know if you guys remember that, but he was spotted at the Nintendo Switch like preview event in a trench coat, like hidden, and he's playing all these Switch games and stuff like that. And I remember he responded, he's like, "I'm a gamer too. I wanted to see what Nintendo was cooking." He didn't say it in those exact words, but he was there. So like a lot of these people don't realize that some of these CEOs and some of these designers, game creators are also gamers. They want to see what else is out there. They want to experience other games, not just live, breathe, and die what they play. Sakurai is a great example of how he plays a bunch of different games, and he's very open about all the games that he's played and tried and all that other good stuff. So yeah. A new Ace Attorney seems to be coming, or actually rather being in the works, which is very interesting. Capcom had announced that on the Tokyo Game Show, and yeah, they're working on a new Ace Attorney game. What do you think about that, Ash?
The weird thing about it that is that they already like confirmed that they're making a new Ace Attorney game for the Switch, which it wasn't counting the Great Ace Attorney. It was more geared towards the Ace Attorney 7, like
Mm-hmm.
so many years ago. One thing's for sure is that they Capcom is definitely good at hiding information about Ace Attorney and stuff. It seems that though those games never get leaked, so which is a
Mm-hmm.
good thing. But yeah, I mean it's great. Can't wait to see the new adventures is going to happen. I have a couple of theories that might have happened to certain characters in the next game due to the formula for what it's always been, but I'll keep that to myself for a bit since you guys haven't played those games yet. So
Yeah. I still gotta play. I own it on Steam. I own at least the Phaneckswhy trilogy. I do own that one on Steam. I gotta play it. One day I will. I will.
yeah, and it won't take up too much of your time. If anything, you might be worried if you get sucked into the story because, like I did, because it's just one cliffhanger after one cliffhanger, and you keep playing it, and then before you know it, it's already the next day. So you got to be careful with that. So
Yeah, that objection music is just amazing. Like, sorry, I think it's from Ace Attorney, the third one. I think that's which I
dun, 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 dun,
Yeah,
dun, dun,
love
dun,
that
dun,
one.
dun, dun. Yeah, so yeah, that's the trial and tribulations objection theme. And fun fact that actually gets get a rent edition and Ace Attorney Dual Destinies, making Phaneckswhy's main theme for the for his objection theme. His OG one goes dun 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 dun
Yep.
dun dun dun. That's back in the first game, and then there was the other one, which I mean, it's okay, but this is from the second Ace Attorney game called Justice for All. It needs some improvement. What happened there is that Shu Takumi wasn't really too much involved with the second one, so there were certain cases within the second game where there were some of them didn't make any sense, but it kind of picked itself back up by the end of the game with a good twist for the last one. So it kind of redeemed itself by the end of it, but it let Shu know that hey, he needs to be more hands on with the project going forward, which that's how Trial of Tribulations became one of the best Ace Attorney games you need to play. And in order for you to fully enjoy it, you have to play the first two before you play the third one. Like you just have to.
Okay. So
yeah.
play it in
Okay.
order.
Pretty much.
Not my cup of tea type of game, so I'll just take your word for it.
All right, let's go ahead and start it off with our first major topic of the day, and that's a topic that we didn't get to
PS5 Pro
discuss
launch?
last week. No, not that.
Oh, okay.
We didn't get to discuss this topic
The
last
collector's
week
edition?
because that's something. Actually, you got the PS5 Pro. You wanna go ahead and tell your victory?
Oh, did you get the
Yeah,
collector's edition?
I got one. Very fortunate. I know that's a very sought after item. We can kind of get into all the just desserts that everybody is going to be talking about. That nobody wants it. Too expensive. No disk drive. No exclusives. Garbage. Sony overpricing everybody, and yeah, it's sold out. So they really won the internet today. Yeah, it's great. I can't wait to get mine. I'm very looking forward to it.
Yep, he's got that anniversary edition. Look
Mhm.
at that, lucky.
Oh, nice.
And the anniversary edition does look pretty sweet. Like if I had disposable income, I probably would have been
Did you
like,
buy the whole collection
yeah.
or just the main console?
No, he had the collect. Well, he got I think with the Pro, it came with the DualSense Edge controller, right?
Mhm.
And
Correct.
and then the regular DualSense. It didn't come with the PlayStation Portal, right? Or did it?
No.
No. Okay. So it's everything but the Portal.
Correct.
You got two controllers. They're DualSense and DualSense
Yeah.
Edge.
No, I think it's just the Edge, isn't it?
Is it? I thought it came with both. Because the
I
PS5
thought
it
Pro
does?
comes with the DualSense, and according to the screenshot you sent me, it showed two
Yeah.
controllers.
Yeah, I thought the
Oh,
console
okay.
came with the DualSense controller, and then you
Yeah.
got the Edge included with it, and then you got the headphones too, right? Because I thought the picture also had the headphones. No,
Only
Or
comes
is
with
that wrong?
headphones. How do I
Like the
not know what I
little,
bought and
like,
everybody
the
else
little-
does?
The little headphones.
He might have
The
bought
little-
some fake PlayStation.
Yeah, maybe I bought some fake thing.
Well, he didn't buy it from eBay, so he's
Yeah.
kind of safe from that.
He maybe thought it said Sony, but there's no Y. It's actually an I there. Like,
Oh
Looking
no,
at
it's
the
a charging
picture-
dock. Okay, never mind. It's a charging.
Oh, it's a
Yeah, there's a
dock.
charging dock,
It-
the DualSense Edge controller, a regular controller, you're right, and then the disk drive cover in case you want a version with it, in case
Yeah.
you want to put disk drive in the system itself.
That charging dock almost looks like those Sony like headphones, the earbuds that they came out with. Because it came in that little cylinder like charging case.
Oh, I know.
Oh yeah, it's kind of a weird looking case.
Yeah.
Yeah,
That's
it
why I
is
thought it
the
was one
the
of those.
buds.
Yeah, the buds.
Yeah.
All right, so let's go ahead and talk about our first major topic, and that is the Nintendo Switch 2 leak. We didn't get to talk about this last week because, unfortunately, I was sick. I was very sick. I did not know what was going to happen that week, but I'm a lot better, 100% better. at that, and I'm glad I didn't have to go to the hospital or anything like that. So yeah, let's talk about that Nintendo Switch 2 leak, and we'll probably just skim over this so we can go to the state of play discussion since this is last week news. What are your thoughts? Anybody here disappointed? Because I'm a little bit disappointed with what I've seen. Spec wise, not so much. It's more that I was hoping. Say it again.
Ergonomics.
Yes, I was hoping for them to go more ergonomic because, like, even playing the RG Cube, like, even though it's a very small form factor, it's ergonomic. Like, it still feels good in my hand, so it doesn't cramp up my hands. Where the Switch, like, I have it right here, and this, it's just the flatness hurts over time. Like, maybe if you're holding it down like this, it's fine, but like in bed or something, there's nothing to grip. Like, this is pretty much how you're playing, and
Your hands fall
it's
asleep.
not comfortable. They do, yeah. They
There's a
cramp up
reason
and
why they
everything.
do that. There's a reason why they do that.
Why? Why do
Why?
they do that?
So they can sell you accessories.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say there's a reason why they cramp up, like what the I thought it was like
No,
the
so they can
medical
sell you
reason.
accessories like the freaking like grips or
Yeah.
Nintendo doesn't
Nintendo-
even make those.
Yeah, Nintendo
Tori.
doesn't make those.
No, they
It's
do.
third parties.
But it's still it's a licensed
Cut.
Nintendo product, right? So they're gonna get a cut of that money when it's on the box. It says licensed Nintendo.
Hmm. Okay.
I just
Not-
wish
not
they
if
would
I
And
threw
come
it
that
out
in the
with-
with.
Joy-Cons, the way the Joy-Cons are designed is to be vertical, like horizontal, so you can do two players.
Yeah.
If it had that ergonomic like layout, it wouldn't work.
I think it would, because, like, look how hard it is just to hold this like that. Imagine it was a little bit thicker.
it's
It would-
symmetrical. The fact that it's symmetrical, like it's
Yeah.
even, right? If you had the grips, you had one side that's thicker than the other, so you wouldn't be able to hold it horizontally as easily with
Yes,
the buttons
yeah.
and stuff like that.
They should just
there's-
make a Joy-Con that the left Joy-Con is a D-pad,
D-pad, yes.
like a D-pad version, like the D version or something like that. I don't know.
Yeah.
And then you
Yeah,
can just
without
buy
the four
that, and then you
buttons.
can have
Yeah.
instead of the buttons, right? And then
Yeah.
then if you could just I don't know make a
It's just
version that has
sad.
some grip on the back. What'd you say?
No, I said this is sad. There's
Yeah,
the
those
non
buttons are
D-pad.
awful.
It's like,
And it's like I just wish that they if I had to wish for the new Joy-Cons, it would be one that, like I just said, a D-pad version of the left one, and then also I hope that the stick is not like what the sticks are now. Like, give me like what the sticks are like on a Steam Deck or on an Asus ROG
Yeah.
Ally X. Like, give me that, and I'm fine. But if you're gonna give me more of this like mobile, like hardly any motion of movement stuff that feels all like I don't even know
Yeah.
what you described, like janky or whatever. Like,
Yeah.
no, come on. You've learned. It's been 8 years. That you think they learned something.
yeah. And there's better thumbsticks out there, even for mobile devices. Like, the Retroid Pocket. It's a good example, actually, of it. Retroid Pockets actually have a good thumbstick that they're kind of Nintendo Switch layout ish because they're small, but in terms of movement, they feel like a regular analog stick. Where I do get a
Relink
like
makes Switch thumbstick.
they do, yeah. Like this, like doesn't feel like full movement. Like I don't mind it. Maybe if the thumbsticks were bigger, which they are, according to the leaked pictures, the thumbsticks are bigger. Maybe that would make a difference. But yeah, I don't know. Like design wise, I knew they were gonna go do the same thing because the current CEO, he's not Iwata, so he's not an innovator. He's a business guy, and I think and this is of course a theory. I feel that like Nintendo always used to look to Iwata, like what should we do? What is the next thing that you want us to do? Now without an Iwata, it's like, well, we don't know what to do because we've always followed what Iwata said. Now Iwata's not around, so what do we do? In his case, it's just just do what you did before, just make it better, and that's what it seems that we're getting, which is not a bad thing technically, but I feel that like in Wada's case, I feel like he would have listened to feedback and probably changed a lot of those things that people have issues with. Which one thing that it looks like they listen to feedback is possibly there's gonna be voice chat directly on the console because there is a
Thank
built-in
God.
microphone on the console now. Like, what other reason would you want the microphone unless you're gonna be doing like blow into it to do like the Spirit Tracks like flute thing or whatever. I don't know why other reason you would put a microphone on there, and that's nice to see. Like they just need to integrate it with Discord like everybody else has, and call it a day.
Oh, I don't know about that part. I
Yeah.
mean, Nintendo likes to do proprietary stuff with everything, so I highly doubt they're going to integrate Discord with it, honestly. But if anything, when it comes to the Switch 2, all I'm asking is have ergonomics like the Steam Deck or have ergonomics like the freaking Wii U gamepad, and I'm set. Notice I didn't even mention about performance increase or anything like that, because the thing is, the reason why I bought the Switch, because they got a crap ton of good games, exclusive games onto the Switch. So I didn't really care too much on how powerful it's going to be and everything. So but
I don't even use the stock Joy-Cons.
What do you use?
I don't even use the stock Joy-Cons.
I probably use just the Pro Controller on the Switch, and that's pretty much it at that point. But like, yeah, like I'm not too concerned on like how powerful it's going to be. If it's going to be more powerful than like the Xbox Series S or yada yada yada, because at the end of the day, we all get hyped up for a Nintendo Direct and stuff, anticipating for like a new game coming out, regardless how powerful the damn console is, because Nintendo, they're not trying to compete with that at the end of the day. Which I respect them 1,000,000% for that, right? Because everyone's trying to go after, all right, let's get the most sickest graphics card into their system and get freaking 8K for like 2 games on their console. I'm looking at UPS5 because they did had the 8K symbol at the beginning of the launch, and then slowly they phase that logo out, which is hilarious to me. But like, the thing is, I respect Nintendo a lot for what they're aiming for. They're just trying to make games, make fun games, and try to appeal almost to every demographic and stuff when it comes to party games, single player games, story games, you name it. Right?
If they were just the party mode system, or not the party mode, the performance mode system, I'd be down with that. Like if they could just do a patch for Tears and Breath and Echoes and Links and just make everything 60 frames and it looked exactly the same, I'd be fine with that.
Oh,
you're right. You know?
That's fine. That's fine too. If anything, I'm pretty sure they're going to open this with the new Metroid Prime 4 coming out and be like, hey, listen, this game is only going to be able to run on the new Switch, which makes sense to me. If you're going to try to sell the new Switch and stuff, I would think that, hey, listen, let's open this with the game that you guys have been anticipating for like how many freaking years at this point? So, hey, that'll be a good hook, if anything. So,
I mean, so it'll basically be kind of like PlayStation 5, where PlayStation 5 will play PS4 games. You can't play PS5 games on a PS4.
Yeah, pretty much. Or you can also look at it with the 3DS and the new Nintendo 3DS, to where like there were certain games that only play on the new Nintendo 3DS. Like for example, that one Xenoblade Chronicles port that was on the new Nintendo 3DS that was only playable on that system. So so they've done it before in the past, and I won't be surprised if they do it again for this, because it seems that whatever they try to do with Metroid Prime 4, it's just not working out because of performance issues. So I feel that once they get this new console out, they can finally be done with Metroid Prime 4 at that point. So
yeah, I think when it comes to the new Switch, like I think performance, I think they're gonna be fine, because new Switch will have I'm trying to find, I can't find the article that I had that had all the specs, which is funny enough, because here it is. It's gonna have 12 gigs of RAM, I believe.
Which is definitely way more.
Say it again.
Which is definitely way more, which is good. So
it's double, because the current Switch has 6 gigs, so this is gonna have 12 gigs of RAM. LPDDR5X at 7500 mega transfers, which it's gonna be good. We do know it's a custom CPU developed by NVIDIA.
Which, man, they're taking another chance with NVIDIA again, which is hilarious to me. But
was the Switch NVIDIA as well?
Yes.
Yep.
Tegra X1.
Tegra.
Yep.
It's one of the main reasons why the Switch got hacked before its launch.
Yeah.
So
flash. It's gonna have flash memory, of course. 256 gigabytes of UFS 3.1 at 2100 megabits per second. Which is great. 256 gigs. I mean, it's more than enough, because if we look at like Switch games, like Tears of the Kingdom is only 16 gigs. That's
and on top of that, if you're not constantly buying digital copies, you can just get physicals. Most of the time, you don't have to download extra stuff if you have the physical copy of it, which is nice.
Yep.
So,
I mean, unless you get like Call of Duty like Black Ops 3, that's like 300 gigabytes then.
Yeah, I'm not thinking. I'm not even trying to think about. I mean, I'm probably not going to even buy the game. Honestly, I'm not that interested, if anything. But damn, I feel bad for anyone that has to download 300 gigs. That's just crazy, man. Such optimization, I guess.
Is it just me, or is fans'
Mhm.
volume a little quiet?
It's a tad bit.
I mean,
not super low. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not quiet. I mean, I don't know.
Just compared to
That
the rest
better?
of us loudmouths.
Yeah,
that's
that's
a little
better.
Okay.
It's gonna have an NFC reader, of course, built-in speakers and stuff like that. Built-in microphone, dual cooling fans. They have a bunch of like model numbers and stuff like that. So, which I guess are legit parts. DisplayPort to HDMI.
Which is nice.
The chip will
2.1.
support. Say it again.
Is it HDMI 2.1? Do we know?
Yes.
It
Yes.
should be.
says
It should be at this point. Yeah.
Yeah, it says HDMI
Some
2.1.
HDR on that finally.
Yep. It talks about the network chip model, which I don't know. I think somebody actually researched this model number that's here, and it's a Wi-Fi 6 chip, which is
To be
good.
expected. Yeah.
Yeah. What else? I'm trying to find anything else that's worth mentioning. I guess no, that's really it. We do know the Joy-Cons. They look like they're probably going to be magnets. I guess we don't know for sure, but they look like they're going to be magnets versus the rail system, which is good because I know a lot of people have issues with the rails. I know my original Switch had issues where the right rail stopped like holding Joy-Cons. So like anytime I would put a Joy-Con in it, and if I moved a little bit, it would just like slip right off.
What are you doing to your Switch? That poor machine.
Nothing. Just holding it. This one has been fine. But like my original Switch had that issue for whatever reason. The OLED's been fine. I haven't had that issue at all. So
Magnets sound risky, man, especially with kids. Like they grip it a little too hard, the thing comes apart.
Yeah.
Yeah, I mean the Legion Go's magnets are super strong. Like, well, you had a Legion Go for like at least 24
like
hours.
a minute.
24 hours.
They, you felt it. Like they were pretty hard to take off. Like they're pretty strong magnets. So
Hey, listen.
I think it's
Sometimes
good.
kids are stronger too. But I honestly, I think the biggest thing that I'm hoping they add back is like dynamic menus like they had before with the Wii U to the 3DS and even the Wii as well, right?
Yeah.
Background music, custom themes, all that kind of stuff. At this point, they got better hardware on their system. There's no excuse for films to go a bit crazy on their themes. So don't give it just a blank theme. Hell, forget the Steam OS has a better menu, right? So like at this point, there's no excuse. That's all I want. I'm not worried about when it comes to games. I just need them to to allow us either personalize their own stuff or just add your own flair of innovation when it comes to UI design for their menus and stuff. So
I agree.
Yep.
100% agree with that. Hopefully we'll get all of that stuff and then some. And I'll be happy. Like just bring back the Wii Shop channel music. That's all we need,
Bro, listen, I don't know if they're paying attention to memes because legit like half the memes are using Nintendo Wii music.
Yeah.
Literally, it's crazy.
Wii channel, Wii Shop, all that stuff. Yeah, because I mean that's music that a lot of people, especially the Wii era, like surprisingly, like all of us are older here. Most of us grew up in the NES,
Speak for yourself.
SNES, era of gaming. But like today, like I was having a conversation with some people, and everybody's just like the generation at least that's working now. They're all nostalgic about Wii stuff. So all you have to do is just bring back some of that Wii music.
Don't say that.
Yeah, that's
Don't say that.
as a
Wii
kid,
stuff.
That Miiverse music is iconic. Like
it is.
Anyone that hears it would know what it is.
Exactly.
Like even my own mom knows it. It's crazy. Like the thing is, it's iconic. You can't replace it. And if they bring back the same composer and do the music for the new bro,
I'm pretty sure all that was Koji Kondo, which is
Koji Kondo.
He does everything Nintendo.
Yeah, this have him cook again, and there you go.
That's all you need.
What was it? The original Zelda music. And the Mario.
Yeah, I mean those.
Kondo?
Yeah, Koji Kondo. Yeah, he did all the original Zelda.
He did all those original.
He does all
the NES.
Yeah, he also did Ocarina of Time soundtrack. Surprisingly, like literally everything. He's done Twilight Princess. He's done all that. It's I think Breath of the Wild and Tears of the Kingdom are like the only two that he did some, or he had like some involvement, but he wasn't like the main composer. But he did like everything. Because because he has a range, like he has a huge range when it comes to music, and all that stuff. So, but yeah, that's the Nintendo Switch 2 rumors. Anybody else have any other thoughts on the rumors or leaks?
Honestly, I mean, I just want to wait and see, you know.
What was that, fan?
They hurry up and announce it.
Yeah. Oh yeah, they should. I hope it comes out soon. Like, or not comes out soon, but like we get an
announcement and stuff.
I think that's just gonna be hype moment.
Honestly, I hate to break this to you. They're probably gonna talk about it within next year during February, just like they did with the Switch.
Well, remember they announced it. The first trailer was November, I think, or December. And then
you're right. It was like a teaser trailer, and they're like, all right, we're going to explain a little bit more into it on like February or something. Okay, that makes sense. Yeah,
because I remember that's when everybody spotted like the new Mario game, the new Splatoon, Skyrim, because the guy on the airplane's playing Skyrim. What else? And then they showed Breath of the Wild and stuff like that. So like they could probably tease another new Mario game. Probably another Splatoon game, because Splatoon is very popular.
Oh yeah, I just need that Mario game to come back. I mean, damn, it's just I was expecting like a sequel or something, but no, they just said nope. That's what you're getting. Wait till the next Switch, man. Jesus.
Yeah. So there's a lot of stuff. I'm excited for it to see where they go from there, and I think a lot of us are excited mainly because like we probably don't use our Switch as much as we used to, and a lot of it has to do with performance. Unfortunately, like if I have to choose to get a game. Now I'm usually getting it on on the Steam Deck over the Switch, and that's mainly because of performance. Like if it's a solid 30, I'm usually okay, but even sometimes HD 2D games like Octopath Traveler 2, for example, it has like a big blur, like I don't even want to say a filter, but it's like this big blur to I guess help it run at a stable 30 that it runs. Where, of course, on Steam Deck, I could run it at 60, and I don't get that blur at all. Everything's just nice and crisp and just good. And that's my issue when it comes to the Switch right now. I still go back to it and play,
and you get achievements.
Games. Yeah, and you get that achievements as well.
Oh,
which
I forgot.
I'm not a big achievement fan. Like, I could care less about that, but it's kind of cool to see them pop up and stuff like that. Oh, yeah, I just did this. I just killed, 50 zombies or whatever, the case might be. So.
I just thought. The leak design shows a USB-C on the top and the bottom. You know how I shared that on the Discord about that Duo, whatever, the guy that made that screen that you can attach on like a Steam Deck and like make it into like a 3DS?
Put a second screen
what
on
if
top?
the rumors about them coming out with the 3DS like attachment for the Switch is not an actual rumor? Because that top mounted USB-C port could be for a display.
That'd be awesome.
Don't be bringing theories like that, bro.
Saying,
listen. You know how much I love the freaking 3DS, man. That would be the craziest backwards compatibility shit I ever seen. Listen, I'm just trying to listen. I ain't trying to hype myself up. I'm just.
Would you, if the second screen is an accessory, would you buy that second screen?
Oh yes,
with a clip on it.
Yes, if it's true, yes. But I just don't think it's going to be possible. I just don't. Like,
I don't know. Maybe
to make it compatible with every DS game out there.
I'm just trying to think of like
they could open up the Nintendo Switch Online.
Listen, Van. Everything you're saying that's what I want. At the same time, I don't think that's going to be true. So, with that being said, I'm just keeping my expectations at a certain level right now because that's literally where I'm at right now.
The fact that they have a top-mounted USB-C port, like it opens up that possibility.
Yeah, definitely good reasoning, good evidence. It's just good idea. It's just I don't know. Nintendo's going to fall through at that. I don't know. Yeah. But true though.
I feel like if Bryant doesn't get this, then there's something up because Bryant gets everything. So like, if he's not sold on this second screen thing, then maybe
it just screams like the Sega CD 32X Genesis thing. Like you're just like putting all this crap on it. I like the simplicity. And the elegance of the Switch. It's just this nice little tablet that plays everything. You start putting screens and disk drives and stereo speakers
it'll give you a
magnifiers,
design, right? So like the screen will go on top, and then you can just close it over, and that's it.
Yeah, I mean it'll be an optional accessory if they do come out with that, if anything. And plus, I mean, if it opens the possibility for us to play DS and 3DS games on that damn thing, then man. And on top of that, like they add all that shit back to the. I'm sad. I'll be ready to go with that.
I will say, okay, I'll put it to you this way. If they came out with that screen and it let me back channel into all of my 3DS purchases and I could sell my 3DS, then yes, 100% I would buy it. But if it's like the 3DS Nintendo Switch Online app and you have like 6 games on there and it's like, you buy this $100
Fair.
screen, like, maybe we'll see.
Yeah,
But if it was
fair.
like,
It
if I
gives
could
them the
throw away my
option
3DS,
to-
yeah, I'd buy it.
I mean, if they do that, it gives them the option to re-release those games.
Exactly. Which, ooh,
Yeah.
man, and then on top of that, if they do any sort of emulation on it for 3DS titles, then that gives them a good opportunity for them to actually upscale those games to higher resolutions and frame rate. And
I
that'd
opened
be
up a
awesome.
can of worms, man.
I know, yeah.
I know you
Yeah.
did. I know you did. And listen, I thought about this. I thought about this with my roommate before too. But we both agree, hey, this is probably not going to happen. And then you
No,
brought
it
it
was
up,
a
man.
rumor, but
Well,
the
yeah, it
rumor
was a
out there
rumor
called the attach. The
Yeah.
rumor name
Oh.
was the Switch Attach was what they were going to call it. And
Well,
then,
Interesting.
there was multiple rumors too that the
Yeah.
Switch was gonna have a second screen for DS
Yeah.
emulation, and then we see these specs. We're like, well, that's not a thing. But then you're like, yeah, what if that is like that? I mean, because a lot of times rumors, they, depending on where the source comes from, and one of the sources I know that said that was a source that usually gets some things correct, and it didn't happen. So like, I feel like it's a possibility. Is it a
Yeah.
guarantee? Probably not. I mean,
Probably not.
more
yeah.
than likely, like the best thing would be have side rails, right? Or put something here, and then you can put, for the DS, you have 2 screens on top of each other, and you're set. Like,
That's
you
fine,
don't even
too.
need a second screen for a DS. For 3DS, maybe, but like for DS, I mean, you're kind of set like that as long as you can put it sideways. But yeah, I guess we'll have to wait and see. Always fun when new consoles are coming to the market. Or a new generation of consoles. Let me say that a new generation of consoles are coming.
You need a new Direct pretty
'Cause
soon,
all
man.
Yep,
we
yep,
do. No direct in September.
No
Dude,
September
First-
Direct.
dude,
First
these
time in a
directs,
long time.
these directs
Like
are
you
like
said,
holidays
The
for
Switch
Nintendo
was
fans. It's
announced
crazy.
in November,
Mhm.
around November
Yep.
in 2026. In 2016.
When was that June one we did? Was that June? That one that or was it July?
We did
James, a lot
August.
when we.
Yeah, it was
was
August. I
August?
remember.
Yeah.
Yeah, it was August.
Oh,
Yeah,
wow,
that's
okay.
the one with Capcom versus SNK collection, or the Capcom Fighting Collection 2, and then that had the Capcom versus SNK and
Yeah, that was
SNK
the,
2 and all that stuff.
partner showcase in the indie
Yeah.
thing, right?
Oh yeah.
Yep.
Honestly, yeah, I'm going to be agreeing with Phanekwhy on this one. I'm pretty sure they might just announce the Switch during November because I think the last big game from Nintendo has to be Mario and Luigi Brothership that releases on November 11th, I think. And I think
Donkey
a
Kong
bit after.
Returns HD is January.
That's the Direct I was talking about. What month was that in? Was that June
that
or
one
July?
was June. That was June.
June. Okay.
Yeah, it was June. So Donkey Kong Country Returns. Oh, okay. I mean,
That's next year.
yeah, you're right. But still, I think
Metroid Prime
they'll
4,
still. I think they
2025.
still I think they're gonna try to like either announce the Switch on either November or December. But the weird thing about is that if they do that, I don't know if they're gonna care about losing any sales on the Switch itself. Yeah.
I mean,
They've
sales are already
tapped that
dwindling,
baby
so
out,
it's-
man.
Yeah.
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 I think they know. Well, that's true because in the Wii U era, there was nothing for them to lose because they already lost. So it's like, let's go ahead and announce this and start building the hype. But yeah, you have a bunch of bundles and maybe December, right? Because holiday season technically would be maybe over or close to over. At least Black Friday would be gone, so they will probably then concentrate. Or yeah, it could just be a January. Just here's Switch 2, Switch attached, the new
Switch
Nintendo
attached.
Switch.
No.
That's gonna be new
watch.
Nintendo Switch.
Yes, exactly. The new Nintendo, bro. Bro. It's gonna happen. It's gonna. Ow. That hurt. But I'm telling you right now, it's gonna happen. It's gonna be the new Nintendo Switch, not the Switch Pro, not the Switch 2, just the new Nintendo Switch. And like, bro, it'd be so funny.
With little like smileys around the new
Yeah, straight up, and like
little
I
stars.
want the confusion to come back to GameStop where you go in and say, hey, I want to use new Nintendo Switch. I want that shit to happen again, just because.
Just call it the Super Switch and be done with it, so that way we can go back
Switch would be
to.
good. Super Nintendo
That'd be the best.
Switch.
That'd be the best name ever.
I thought like what? How could you do SNES again? Because I was thinking Super Nintendo Switch, but there's no E, so that wouldn't work. That'd be SNS. Like what else could they put? Super Nintendo Entertainment Switch. Like I don't know. Like
Hey,
'Cause
listen,
if they could get
they
SNES back, that would be awesome. Like honestly, you know.
straight up, yeah. Hey, Super Nintendo Switch, that'd be dope. And then on top of that, they'll give you like some dull
Super
colors.
Nintendo
Yeah,
Entertainment.
they'll give you some dull
Switch
colors,
console.
except for this one limited
Yeah.
edition that you want to get that's literally in SNES colors. That'd be hilarious. Everyone's gonna
That'd
be
be
gunning
kinda
for that.
cool.
1,000,000%.
And they make 1,992 of them to coincide with the fact that SNES came out in 92 in America. I think it was
Oh,
92.
man.
That'd
Don't
be
do that.
that'd be a good joke.
No, that'd be bad. 'Cause I know for a fact I wouldn't get one of those. Like, oh man. But yeah, that's the Switch 2 leaks. Definitely keep an eye out. We do talk about some credible leaks. We talk about them from time to time. So always keep an eye out on the channel for us to discuss that. If you want to know more about the Switch leaks as well, I do have a video on that on the channel as well. So let's go ahead and get to this state of play by talking about some of the games that they showed off. Starting off with Astrobot. Showed off some DLC. We got a couple characters that they showed off. There's 5 total that are going to... Oh, no, I'm sorry. 10 total new bots they're going to show off. They showed 2. They showed Eve from Stellar Blade, and who's the other one? I can't remember right now.
It was that Helldivers.
Oh, yes, the Helldivers
yeah.
guy. You're right. So they showed 2, so there's still 8 more they have to show off. And they also showed off some new speed running levels, which was pretty cool. And all of that's free. It's a free update. All you gotta do is update Astrobot and play, which is nice. Astrobot is definitely a breath of fresh air in the Sony lineup. A good direction, in my opinion, when it comes to Sony, because it's just a fun game.
Gotta finish it.
I do gotta finish it. You're right. One day, eventually. And then, and this is, I'm reading off the PlayStation blog, and they're not in order, which kind of sucks. I hate when they do. Let me just rant a little bit. I hate when these people recap an event, but it's not in order. Like, do it in order,
chronological
because,
order. Yeah.
Like, yeah. So here they're showing Ghost of Yotai, which was the ending, or was it the ending, or was it like the second?
Yeah, it was the last thing.
That was the ending. Okay. Yep. Was the ending of it. This is a Ghost of Tsushima sequel. Trying to put it, like, phrase it correctly. Like, it's
Like
a
300 or
sequel in the
400 years
sense.
after?
Yeah, it's a sequel in the sense of, like, you're not playing as Jin Sakai anymore. You have a new protagonist, but it's still like in the same, like, ghost world, I guess you could say. So yeah, you have new protagonists. 300 years in the future. You're in I believe it's pronounced
Female
Yotai.
protagonist too.
Female protagonist at that, correct.
Mm-hmm.
Totally new area, new lore, and yeah, looks great. Looks more like Ghost of Tsushima.
It looks amazing.
And for me, I would say part of me, when Ghost of Tsushima, when rumors of a new Ghost of Tsushima were coming out, I was actually hoping they went somewhere else, like Korea or like China or something like that, and do another. Because to my knowledge, I don't think the Ghost of Yotai is based off history like Tsushima was. And that's what kind of got me into Ghost of Tsushima, was some of the historical, like, events there. That's what got me interested in that. Same thing when it came with Assassin's Creed. And I was hoping for something else, like, I don't know, like what happened in Korea, right? Because Korea has a lot of history that has not been explored at all in games. So does China. China has a lot of history that has not been explored in games, because remember, Japan was an empire at one point, and throughout many years, and they went and invaded back and forth between all these countries. So I thought that would have been cool to go somewhere else, but regardless, we're still in Japan. It looks great.
Amazing.
Okay. So to give you some a little bit of hope, or not a lot of hope, James. So Yotai, it's actually based off the mountain Yotai from Hokkaido, Japan. So even I'm not sure they're gonna like reenact certain events around that area, but it's still based in a actual like area in Japan and in the 1500s.
Well, that I know.
May have happened.
Yeah.
That I understand. I was talking about like a major war. Like this, we know it was during the Mongol Empire, or Ghost of Tsushima was during the Mongol Empire, right? Where they were all trying to invade, and basically they almost, remember, the Mongol Empire almost conquered basically almost all of
Asia.
of Asia. So
pretty much
that, stuff like that was cool. This, I don't know. I don't think they've announced it. Like, I read the blog, and I don't think they said anything like that. They just talked a little bit about it.
Yeah, it's basically a whole bunch of like weirdos complaining about a protagonist being female, which I'm like,
bro. No, I'm talking about the blog, the PlayStation blog.
Oh, the blog. Yeah, it's just like the first thing I type when Ghost of Yotai is people complaining about protagonist being female, but I'm like, why? Like,
Yeah, here their
what,
thing is we set the new Ghost game, Ghost of Tsushima, playing as a wandering warrior in feudal Japan, offering freedom to explore at your own pace and highlighting the beauty of the world. That's really what it says. And the new character's name is Atsu, at least as you pronounce it. That's it. Goes here. Says, well, we are diving into the story. Well, yeah, they're not diving into any story specifics yet. They just talked about it is set in 1603, more than 300 years after Ghost of Tsushima. In the land surrounding Mount Yotai, a towering peak in the heart of Izo, I believe is how you pronounce it. Area Japan known as Hokkaido, which you said. That's really it. They haven't really dived into anything else outside of that. Yeah, that's really it. So, but anyways,
Yeah, I mean, it could be like you could be just in the middle of a war between like shoguns.
it looked more
in that-
like
in-
they're trying to hunt her down.
I know, like, so
Yeah.
I mean, it could be like her family was maybe supporting like a certain like royalty, you know.
Yeah.
Maybe it could be like a coup d'etat type thing.
Yeah. We'll have to wait
never
and
know.
see how that goes. But
Yeah.
I know this is something I'm excited for. Don't know if I'm gonna get on PS5 or wait till the eventual PC release to play it on Steam Deck. We'll see. We'll see.
I'm gonna get it on PS5 because I'm hoping they do some type of like achievement things that you had like Ghost of Tsushima on your PS5 and you get Ghost of Yotai on your PS5.
Mm.
Like it might.
Doesn't
be some,
Ghost of
like-
Tsushima on your PC, doesn't your achievements transfer? Because it's in a login to PlayStation Network, so you get your achievements are like synced. I could be wrong. Brian, do you have Ghost of Tsushima on PC?
on pizza.
I'm a pizza. No, I platinumed it already on PlayStation, so I don't. I think I just get like Steam achievements. I don't know about if it goes to PlayStation because I got the trophies on PlayStation already.
Yes, yeah. I thought they synced somehow, and if you already had the achievements on like PlayStation, they're tied to your Steam account, or not Steam account, but like because you get to log into the PlayStation Network, so they tie directly.
Yeah, I don't have Steam installed on my Mac, so I can't check and see if I have Ghost of Tsushima
I'll just look it up here
achievements
real
in
quick.
Steam.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, PC version has full support for achievements on Steam and Epic Game Store. You can earn PlayStation trophies like on PlayStation console. Ghost of Tsushima Director's Cut on PC shares the same trophy set as the PS5 console.
Yeah.
That could
So I
just
don't
mean
know
the
if it
trophies are the
transfers.
same.
It just means they're probably the same. Doesn't mean that they can't be over.
I might have to buy it and just test it out and see.
Mm.
We'll see if it goes on sale on Green Man Gaming cheap enough. I'll pick it up again.
No, it's on Steam Community. It says users who connect their existing accounts for PlayStation Network and unlock trophies on Ghost of Tsushima using the same account on PS5 will have this trophies unlock on the PC version. So
they share the trophies. Then it looks like
yeah, I
yeah.
think so. Sounds like it. Yeah.
So yeah.
I'll still get
Cool.
it for PS5 because of the controller.
Oh, the controller haptics and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
Yeah,
Yeah.
'cause
So
you get the better play style with that controller.
I mean, the DualSense is an amazing controller. That in what can I think about it? Spatial audio. Spatial audio on PS5 is amazing. That's one thing that I do miss when I play games like on the Steam Deck or anything like that. It's the spatial audio on PS5 was superb. Just playing anything on there makes it sound better. But yeah, Ghost of Yotai PS5 next year. Horizon Zero Dawn remastered. Oh man. Yeah, that comes out October 31st. Honestly, like the disappointment in this is just that I don't know. It's just too soon. Like, call me a hater, whatever you want. It's too soon, man. Like, this is a
Hater.
PS4 game, and now you're making a remaster on the PS5. This is not like it's like Killzone 2 on PS3 coming to PS5 or something like that. Like, this is a totally different thing. This is basically last year's game becoming this year's. And
It did the
I don't
same
know.
thing with Marvel Spider-Man.
They did. You're right. You're right. And I didn't.
And
I
The
didn't buy
Last of
that.
Us.
And I didn't buy that either.
But see, I bought the
Well, good for
PS4
you.
version for like $20 on Black Friday, then I paid the $10 upgrade.
for which Last of Us?
No, for Marvel
Spider-Man?
Spider-Man.
Spider-Man. Well, wasn't a
Yeah.
$10 upgrade? That wasn't a thing because you remember you could only in the beginning it was only with Miles Morales. It wasn't until like I want to say last year or maybe the year before that.
No,
where
I
they-
paid for an upgrade because it changed the. Remember they had a completely different assets and stuff like that for the PS5
Yeah.
version.
No, but I'm saying like
Yep.
originally Spider-Man Remaster was
You'll get through,
locked. You had to get it through Miles Morales. And then it wasn't until I think last year that they opened it up for everybody to do the $10 upgrade. Because I did do the $10 upgrade last year. I did get that actually for the $10 upgrade because I had the original PS4. But like when it first came out, I wasn't gonna buy the Miles Morales collection just to get that because I was kind of again upset that like there's a remaster and I don't get the free upgrade. It's like what's the point? I already owned the game. Why do I need to go ahead and pay for the digital deluxe edition to go ahead and get this game?
Okay, so right there, you just admitted you bought the $10 upgrade for Spider-Man.
I did the $10
game.
upgrade. Yes, the $10 one I did.
Okay.
Yes.
Yeah, and so is Horizon.
Horizon's also $10.
That is true. You're right.
Yeah.
You're right.
Yeah.
I probably still won't get it though because I don't like Horizon.
That's
so.
fine. I know you don't like Horizon, but Horizon's very popular, and I like it a lot.
Yeah. So it's Killzone. Killzone needs to come back.
Well, Killzone I think would have been a lot bigger of an ask, a PlayStation 3 game, bringing it to PlayStation 5 rather than a game that PlayStation 4 just add some stuff and make it a little prettier. But
again,
I
that's
think
my
it's
issue.
because there's too many
Like,
shooters out right now, and right now would not be the perfect time for Killzone to come out. To be honest,
I guess. Yeah.
There's too many shooter games.
How about Resistance? There we go.
what's another shooter?
Again, this is another
is,
shooter,
I guess.
unfortunately.
But
Which
there's monsters.
I
There's
agree with you.
monsters.
I agree with you. I almost called you Jason. I agree with you, James, on both those games. Hell, let's even throw in freaking.
Come.
Let's even throw in Titanfall 3 for a remaster if you wanted to, right? But like
Wait, what game?
Titanfall 3.
2.
Oh,
Titanfall 2.
my bad. I'm going
wish
Actually,
there was
from the
Titanfall
future.
I'm going to the future. Why? My bad. Anyway, Titanfall 2, right? I prefer all those games over the new shooters that we have recently. So, but we all know for a fact that they're not going to do that because again, there are already too many
Market's
shooters out right now.
saturated.
But
So-
see, look,
now.
my thing with these games recently, right? It's like something like Horizon Zero Dawn. To me, it's so recent. Like they did the upgrade, right, where you had the improved frame rates and stuff like that towards the beginning of the year before what's the second one called? Something West, Forbidden West. Yeah, so they did like a lot of those, and then this comes out right after that. And to me, that just seems like a lot. It's kind of like Last of Us. We had PS3, then PS4, and now PS5. There's 3 versions of like The Last of Us. I'm like,
Well, to explain for Horizon Remaster, they pretty much made the first Horizon game look like Forbidden West.
Right.
Literally, that's literally what the whole point of the remaster is. Because if you actually
adding
look
stuff
at
too.
the two, when you actually look at the two games side by side, there's definitely a huge difference in regards to like the texture quality, the models, and everything. They even redid some mocap and everything for the game.
Some voice acting too, I think.
Yeah, even some voice acting. So it's not just a remaster where they just up the graphics. They actually put a lot more stuff into it to make it more similar to Forbidden West. And this is coming from a guy that's not big into Horizon like other people are, but I can definitely see like the distinct differences on why you should get the remaster over the original game.
but you're telling me, so like this is my thing, right?
Yeah.
When it comes to this, out of Sony's whole catalog, you go for a game that came out last generation.
Yeah,
Over something
yeah.
that came out maybe in PS2. Like a new.
That would be a lot more work.
Yes,
games.
yes.
That's a lot more work.
That doesn't matter.
Okay,
The
okay,
work, like
okay,
that's my thing. Like, if you're a
it
game
makes
company,
sense. Here's the thing. Like, hear me out. It makes sense, especially the fact that they're even pumping out a Lego game based on Horizon. To like the thing is, they're literally trying to push Aloy as like their new mascot for Sony.
Yeah.
Which is why they're even doing this in the first place.
Yeah.
If anything, right now, I literally understand that they should bring stuff from PS2. I agree with all those things. I wish they'd done that. But looking in the eyes of Sony from a business standpoint, what they're literally trying to do is trying to make Aloy literally the new face for Sony and stuff. Which to me,
I
that
do
makes sense.
agree with that. I see that, but again, as a business standpoint, right? It's like, do you literally think Horizon Remaster would give more hype if, say, Siphon Filter came back?
Yes.
Like,
yes.
You think
Yes.
so? So you think a Siphon Filter remake wouldn't be?
Nobody cares about Siphon Filter.
That's
a lot of people
literally.
do.
Listen, we care.
care.
We care, but the general population does not. I bet you I bet you
Nah,
1 million
disagree
percent
with you guys
if
when it
you
comes to
brought that
that.
up to any normie, they will look at you in the face and be like, what you say?
The game by
Like,
Sony
what is
Ben
that?
from 1998. They don't know what that is. Horizon
Yeah,
Zero Dawn had
that's
all the budget.
yeah.
You know,
This
8 years
adds up to my
ago.
point to where listen, they're literally trying to make a new face for the new generation, new normies, so that way they can sell more stuff.
Yeah.
If they bring up stuff like Ratchet and Clank or bring up stuff like other, like, it's not going to gain as much traction as compared to freaking Horizon, which I hate to say it, that's just how it is, right? I prefer all those other games right before Horizon, but that's not how it is.
We'll see,
in this
because
let's say
Astrobot, to put it out, Astrobot created a storm, and you're gonna tell me that that's something like it. Of course, it's not new, right? It is like PS4 era, but still,
I would say they're
Astrobot
gonna try to put Astrobot up front and Aloy up front as well.
Yeah.
But other than that, I mean, to me it makes sense for them to do that because they're trying to have some sort of identity with their PlayStation, which at that point they're like, okay, let's put Aloy at the front, if anything. Heck, it even went that far to where like they try to put Aloy in Genshin Impact, which I mean it was a big of a failure because nobody knew who she was. Like it was fun. It was a weird thing too because Ashley Birch, the one that voiced as Aloy, didn't even voice that version of Aloy in Genshin, which is even more funny as well. So
yeah,
but yeah, the whole goal for Sony is just trying to put Aloy in all of our screens at that point, and there are certain things that like kind of threw me off a little bit. So, for example, for the Horizon remaster coming out, I'm surprised they say, "Hey, listen, same day as PS5, you're getting it on PC too." I'm like, "Oh, okay." Like, because the thing is, my initial theory is that since Sony's coming out with this PS5 Pro, right, and it's going to come out within a couple of months, at that point, what's the point for them to put their games onto PC since they already have a more powerful console?
Well, I think this is more because this is a remaster, right? It's not like a brand new game. I
think you're right.
Putting it on PC.
No, that's what he's talking about. They're putting it.
I know. I'm saying since they already have a Pro now, in my head, it doesn't make sense for them to put stuff on PC at this point, since they already have a more powerful console that can run kind of may go toe to toe with like $800 and $900 PCs at this point. So
they want to reach those people that don't want to buy a PlayStation. Yeah. Still, that's free. That's free money for them.
Yeah, true.
I mean, it is. Still it's portion of money, right? But like, I guess the console wars has also changed, right? Console wars used to be about getting people to go to your platform. They spend money on your platform.
Exactly.
Where a lot of things, and in my opinion, I still think it's a wrong business decision. When you open up your platform to everybody, or you open up your games, to everybody, people don't flock to your platform. So while you're still making some money, you're still losing what could be more money, if that makes sense, right? Like if I convince you to buy a PS5 and you buy now not only my games on PS5, but other people's games on the PS5, I am making now 70% of those profits, or I'm sorry, 30% of those profits, as well as 100% of the games that I develop. Versus if I put your games on PC, I'm only making 70% of profit, and I don't have that potential for you to come over to my platform at all, right?
Oh yeah, I agree with that. Yeah,
so
agree with that 1,000,000%.
In that point,
some people will
agree.
never buy a PS5 though. That's the thing.
Yeah, but it's very rare.
Which that's me.
It's like Nintendo, right? Like people buy a Switch. Why? Only reason
Games.
I play Nintendo games is to buy it on Nintendo, right? If PlayStation kept it, the only way to play Horizon, God of War, Ghost of Tsushima, Spider-Man, all that is on PlayStation. Most people would do that. And honestly, because of their games coming to PC,
that's literally me too.
I'm slowly not using my PS5 anymore because it's like, well, what's the point? That's why I'm personally considering, why do I have a PS5 now? And that's a market like Xbox. They screwed
just to get stuff sooner, pretty much, right?
Yeah, I mean, to get it sooner, exactly. But like Xbox, in my opinion, that's how they screwed themselves over. They thought they were doing a great job by doing day one with PC, and most people were like, well, why do I have an Xbox now? There's no point in having it. And that I think, in my opinion, I do agree with Ash when it comes to that. Like, that is a thing that I personally would have done. If I was like CEO, so I would have been like, nah, man. Like, for you to get this remaster, you got to be a PlayStation user, and then PC players, you guys can get it next year or something like that.
Yeah, and then I'm fine with that. Like, I'll wait for an extra year or two to get the PC version of it. I mean, we just got Ghost of Tsushima this year, so I'm like, okay, bet I can I could definitely buy that and play
And God
it
of
on
War
his PC
Ragnarok.
anytime. Oh yeah, but yeah, I forgot about God of War Ragnarok. Like recently came out like a week or two ago or something like that.
Mhm.
And the thing is, because they already set that precedent, say, hey, this game's gonna come out, at this date, but like a year or two later, we're gonna like re-release on PC. I'm like, oh, since I already know that now, then I'm just gonna wait for it. I got other stuff to do, other games to play. Right.
Okay, what happened next in the state of play? We've been on this tangent for a while.
Zero Dawn. Oh, I'm sorry, I already said that. Horizon
What, Monster Hunter?
Adventures. No, Horizon Adventures comes out soon, November 14th, and I know on here it just says PS5, but it's coming out on Switch because we saw this on the Switch, right? Yeah.
Yeah,
Are you
that's
talking
what
about the
was
Lego
on
one?
Directs.
PC.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's
the
a Lego
Lego.
game.
Yeah.
Wait, which one? Oh yeah, damn. I didn't even. I
okay.
forgot that was coming to the Switch.
They just didn't want to name it Nintendo on the blog here, but they showed off some more of that. That is a Horizon game. Actually, I'm gonna probably get. Like,
Looks cool.
I will get that. It looks.
Wait, so
fun.
that's mainly a Horizon game, right?
Yeah,
It is a
Lego
Horizon game.
Yeah, it is a Horizon game. Yeah.
And that's coming to the Switch. That's interesting.
This trailer,
Okay.
That's old news. That was announced a while ago. That's coming to
Yeah.
Switch.
this trailer, I
was
believe
a
they
surprise
showed
to
off like
everybody.
different costumes for your Lego characters. Like I believe they did, right? That was the one that showed off like you can get like Jack and Dexter costumes and stuff like that.
Yeah, makes
Yeah,
sense.
yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
I remember. Yeah.
Yeah, so this one showed that off. They showed some more like PS5 Pro stuff. Mark Cerny came on, and somebody I don't remember who it was, but somebody that made me laugh. He's like he came on to try to convince everybody to get a PS5 Pro, which it seems everybody's getting it because they're selling.
Here's the thing. I think the moment will speak for itself when the Pro actually comes out, because right now, here's my honest opinion. I feel like the marketing team is doing a really shitty job when it comes to actually trying to convince you on buying the PS5 Pro. If anything, I feel like
So
Digital
shitty it's sold
Foundry.
out.
Hmm?
It said so shitty it's sold out.
Yeah.
That's probably because of scalpers, man.
Well, I mean,
So,
it's
like,
available.
that's probably
man.
because of scalpers. I'm
It's
telling you
not.
right now.
No,
Like,
it's not.
Yes.
There's a high chance. of that,
Literally
too.
earlier you said that you were very fortunate to get one, and I'm pretty sure
Yeah,
if I go on
the 30th
eBay right
edition. I'm talking
now
about regular.
and
I'm
see
talking about
how
the
many
regular.
listings I see. Like,
30th, yes, but not the regular Pro. The regular Pro.
okay,
is
regular
sold out.
Pro will be
Yeah.
fine, but I was
Yeah, that's what I'm
referring to the
talking
limited
about.
one as well.
Well, I mean,
Okay,
the 30,
well,
yeah, the 30. You're talking about the 30th being sold out. Like the 30th is known to sold out because there's only limited
Yeah.
quantities.
Right.
But like the regular Pro, yeah, it's still available.
Last time I looked, it was sold out still. So they must have added some more.
Was it? Let me see. I'm looking. Trying to look
I
right
tweeted
now.
it.
Hold on. Buy console. Man, I really like the colors of the 30th. Like that would be enough to convince me to buy one. Honestly,
It's
which
very
I think
pretty.
it was for everybody. I just
Yeah.
I don't got that money.
No,
Um.
I still haven't decided if I'm keeping or if I'm selling it.
Yeah, it's available on
Best Buy, Amazon, or
website.
whatever. I don't know.
It's not on Best Buy yet. That's coming in like
Later,
a week or two.
yeah.
That's where I'm gonna get mine is Best Buy.
Hold on, let me make sure it's a sign in to buy. Gotta put in all this crap. What is the code?
The code for what?
Because it's making me sign in to buy.
Oh,
Yeah.
to PS Direct.
Yeah, just to make sure it's not saying, because it says sign in to buy, but just to make sure it's still actually available and not just gonna say sold out. Yeah, it's available.
Okay, cool.
So yeah, it's still available on there. But yeah, anyways, PS5 Pro. They showed off some controllers too, and what do you call it? The cases. What do you call them? Like I don't know. What I can't think of covers.
the
There we
plates.
go.
Plates,
Yeah.
cover
Plates, yeah,
plates.
plates.
Yeah,
Mhm.
the white one looks dope. I actually like the white one because it's all
Pearl,
white
yeah.
versus white and black. What'd you say?
The pearl.
Oh,
This
yeah.
one's- how's
The pearl, yeah, chroma pearl, chroma indigo, and chroma teal. The teal
Oh,
one
so
actually
that
looks
was
pretty cool, too.
so there's technically two blues. Okay, I
Yeah.
guess. All right.
Show some monthly games, Dead Space, Doki Doki Panic, right? Or no, not Doki Doki Panic.
Doki
That'd be a heck of a PS5 Pro enhanced game.
Literature Club and 2K24 WWE. What else? And then of course they announced Blood Omen, Legacy of Kain. First Legacy of Kain game is coming to there, and Dino Crisis as well is coming there as well. Alan Wake 2, the Lake House DLC. They announced that, which looks like some Control crossover.
Mhm.
Arch Age, or I don't know if it's Arch or Arc. Arch Age Chronicles or Arc Age Chronicles.
Is that the
It
VR
look-
one?
No, that's a MMO
No.
looking like RPG. Like I don't even know if it's MMO or if it's just like an online game, but according to this, it just says online action RPG. So whatever that means. I know what action RPG, but online it still doesn't answer if it's an MMO or not. They showed Dragon Age.
Oh, I know which one you're talking about. Yeah.
Too long.
Dynasty Warriors Origins.
Too long.
Fantasian, which there are some Fantasian news that came out. A, we got a release date of December 5th. B, you will be able
You say
to
December
play
5th?
Yeah, December 5th.
December 5th.
B, you will be able to play the soundtrack of Final Fantasy 16, Final Fantasy 14, and Final Fantasy Pixel remasters in the game, which is pretty cool.
That's cool.
Yeah, that's a nice bonus.
Yeah. So I'm interested to see what tracks from 16 are gonna make it in there, because if they have the boss
All of
song, the song that I told you that I like, I would play that just nonstop. That would be my boss song all the time. Even though,
Good choice.
to its credit, Fantasian has an amazing soundtrack. I would highly recommend everybody, because I've played Fantasian, I can change the soundtrack. You guys cannot. You need to play it the way it's supposed to be played, because it has an amazing soundtrack. It's Nobuo Uematsu at its finest, like very PS1 era.
They already announced it's coming to Steam, right?
Yeah, it's Steam.
Sweet.
It's everything. Yeah.
Sweet.
Great Steam Deck game.
Exactly.
Fear the Spotlight. I think that was a VR game, wasn't it? Maybe not.
Sounds like a VR game to me.
I think it was. It almost kind of looks like one of those like first person Little Nightmare type games.
Yeah, pretty much.
They show a Fortnite controller. If you like that.
Can't wait.
I didn't even know they did
so
show
ugly.
that.
Yeah.
I bet it
and
was.
then Split screen will be available in Lego Fortnite as well. Hell is Us. That's that
Hell is
Souls-like
Us
game.
looks
That looks
awesome.
pretty cool.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Mhm.
Yeah, that one looked pretty dope. I'm actually excited for that. To try
We saving
that
the
out.
best announcement for last.
Hitman
What,
World
Monster
of
Hunter World?
Assassination? Yeah.
Oh no, wrong one. What's it called? Monster Hunter what? Wilds. Yeah, whatever.
Wilds,
No,
yeah.
no, there's another one.
I know which one you're talking about. Yeah, so Hitman World of Assassination they showed, and Legacy of Kain Soul Reaver 1 and 2 remastered was officially announced. This was, I want to say, showed off before at a PAX. I want to say PAX
Like they had
East
like
or
a
something
figure, like figures from it or something like that.
there was something that showed off that, and then eventually it came to fruition that we have that. Looks cool, I guess. Like, I mean, it is remastered. Like, they do a difference there. I don't know. Like, for me, this is a game that I feel deserves a remake more than a remaster, in my opinion.
I agree.
Having more modern controls and just overall, like, think of it, the power of like the PS5, right? How all its flashy lights and all its, the way it can do HDR and everything, but in Soul Reaver, because like, if you remember, Soul Reaver 2 on PS2 looked amazing at the time when that came out. Like that first level where you're like in like a mansion or whatever and the lightning's hitting and stuff like that. To me, I was like blown away. I was like, wow, this is like the most realistic looking thing ever. So just imagine what a Soul Reaver game will look like by today's standards. It was recreated.
I mean, it's only going to be $30.
I think they're trying to test the waters with it first.
I want a remake. I want
which is why they did the remaster first. They want to test the waters with it to see if people still like the series.
If it's an IP that they can...
Bro,
exactly.
People need all right, so video game industry, you need to stop testing waters, and you got to listen to what's her name? Miss Frizzle, right? From Magic School Bus.
My God, that brings me back.
Remember? What is it?
I'm waiting to see how you connect this.
Yeah, take chances, make mistakes, and get messy, right?
Yeah.
What she would always say.
Okay, yep.
You gotta do that.
did.
Like that's the video game industry. You take chances, you make mistakes, and get messy.
or any business at that point, because you gotta win if you want to take risks.
You do that, and you become
You lose
Microsoft.
$300 million.
You become Xbox.
Well, Microsoft didn't take chances. They just made mistakes. They just made.
They kind of did take chances because they bought all those studios to make.
No, they bought all those studios and did nothing with them. That's their fault, okay?
No, they did do something with them because a lot of the games that flopped were.
Hellblade.
They haven't. Like, there's Hellblade, yeah.
Hellblade flopped.
Hellblade is one. Yeah, there's that.
The first one or second one?
Microsoft, they just made mistakes, and they were a mess.
Like,
they didn't take the chance.
Was the star?
The chance would be, hey, Rare, you guys are awesome. We have this IP called Banjo-Kazooie. Why don't you do something with that?
Banjo-Kazooie, Conker's Bad Fur Day. What was that other one that like takes place in space? I forgot about that game.
Oh, Jet Force Gemini.
Yeah, Jeff Force Dynamite.
yep.
Like, bro, they it's there.
No, but for the legacy, if it came for $30, I think that's very reasonable.
Yeah.
Yeah.
For
Yeah,
the
doing
Doing
remake.
like what they did to
And
Tomb
you get a lot
Raider,
of extra
guys.
stuff.
Remember
like-
Tomb Raider?
Yeah,
They
definitely.
re-released those 1 through 3 and like they
Mhm.
prettied them up or whatever. That's what they're doing
Yeah.
with this basically.
Yeah.
and
Pretty much.
like,
Same studio, Aspire. They're the
added
same
some extra
people doing that.
levels. One of the features like you did with the Tomb Raider, where you can like see the old graphics, switch over to the new graphics. Like on
Yeah,
the wall.
like-
I've dreamt of a brand new Soul Reaver game, like not brand new, but like a remake. Just imagine, just close your eyes and just look at this Soul Reaver game.
It would be cool.
Imagine
You know
the
what
glowing
it sounds
eyes.
like, James? You need
Yeah.
to learn how to code in Unreal Engine 5 and then just make it yourself.
But I can't
Yeah.
keep the
And
IP.
get sued.
Like, then I gotta buy it. Exactly, right? They'll come right at me.
Okay, here's the thing. Like the things you're talking about, James. I'm pretty sure like the executives and the stakeholders don't do that.
I think what I need to
They
do
don't.
is I need to get as big as Jeff Keighley, and then I can tell the industry what to do. What do you guys think? That's what happens. I just gotta get there, eventually.
Yeah.
I don't care if I'm 80 years old. We'll get the Soul Reaver remake.
Being as popular as Jeff Keighley, I don't know about that because
On the good side, on the positive side. I'm not talking about the
yeah,
negative
because
part.
even with him, he's kind of losing credibility.
I don't want
areas,
I don't want to be the guy that's like, we got an amazing show and it's a bunch of nothing. Like, I don't want to be that guy, right? You know.
If you're friends with Kojima, can I get his autograph, please?
Sure.
Thank you.
Why not? Yeah.
Yeah, when you're doing a reward show and you're just rambling off the winners like back to back, not
Yeah.
even presenting the rewards.
And have a sign in the back that says wrap it up. You know, gotta do that. No.
Oh, I forgot about
Yeah.
that. That was so disrespectful. Who they did that to? They did that to the Elden Ring team.
Judge.
I know it was a
Everybody.
well-known I know it was a
Everybody.
well-known
Noma.
studio.
Anuma.
Disrespect.
Not Twilight.
Disrespect.
Tears of the Kingdom.
The reason why is because of Chris Judge.
Yep, Chris Judge.
It's
he took
because
too long.
it's his fault. He rambled on for 15 minutes.
Oh, that speech drove me
speech he
absolutely
gave.
insane.
Hey, listen. I like the speech because it was extra
no,
steam.
they have that
Oh,
on
okay,
award
fair enough.
shows.
Fair enough. Fair enough.
That is normal thing for award shows where they'll either flash lights or they'll do something to tell the people on the stage, "Hey, you need to wrap it up. We got to keep moving." And unfortunatally, that's not
Came
a
across as
disrespect.
so
That's just
self-grandizing.
telling people like, "Hey, you need to like." Unfortunately, we're on a schedule. You got to keep going. That's
Fair.
not a disrespect.
More
thing.
Steam Decks. Yeah, that
Yeah,
was a good call.
more
But other than that, yeah,
And I didn't win one. Sad. Anyways,
I didn't either.
Metro Awakening VR was also announced. Brian's favorite game, Monster Hunter Wilds, got like the 50th trailer in the past like 2 years or whatever.
Like,
See
damn,
my
bro.
light flashing before my eyes.
Like the game is the franchise is already popular. You don't have to throw in another trailer again. Like, Jesus.
Put it on a sizzle reel, dude. Put it on a sizzle reel. That I'm okay with, but spending like another 10 minutes with it, like, come on.
All right, we still got
Yeah.
the Game Awards, right? So that's
Yeah.
gonna be Monster Hunter
Oh
Wilds.
no.
Wait,
Summer
hold
Game
on, hold on.
Fest.
We got that. Well, no, Summer Game Fest is gone. So I'm talking about like what's left for Monster Hunter Wilds. We got
For
the
the
Game
year.
Awards.
Oh, I thought you
Yeah.
said where Monster Hunter Wilds got announced. Okay, never
Yeah,
mind.
so Game Awards, and it's February 28th, right? Mark my words. January, Nintendo's gonna show the Nintendo Switch with Monster Hunter
Yeah.
Wilds. They're gonna have a whole 2-hour segment or something. They're gonna be like, "This is
The
for
Wilds
you,
Direct.
Bryant."
Look how
They're gonna-
beautiful this game can play on
Please
the
look forward to
portable
it.
Nintendo Switch
Yeah,
2.
they will do the direct, but the direct is gonna go to Brian. They're gonna look for where Brian's from, and they're gonna be like, "He's in that direction." And
Well,
they're
yeah,
just
Please
like-
look forward to it.
Oh man, I'm already tired of this, bro. It's just at this point is making me hate the game, even though the game never came out. Man,
I agree. It's making me not
Jesus.
want to get the game.
Exactly.
Power World showed up and is available right away now. It's actually available now
That's a
on
spicy
PS5. Yes, another spicy topic there. Stellar Blade DLC, a Nier Automata DLC,
And
which is
photo
very
mode.
interesting. Cause
It is.
when it comes to Nier Automata, it looks like it's a whole new level, right? I mean, we don't know much about it. They're going to talk about it more soon. But the thing with shoot, why can't I think of his name now? What's
Yoko
the-
Taro?
Yes,
Taro?
for Yoko Taro is anytime anything Nier related happens, it's always canon. Like, it's never not canon. It's his plays, theater, anything like that is always canon to the story, which would mean that somehow Stellar Blade will be canon to Nier universe, which is pretty cool.
Oh
in
man, my heart is swelling in my chest.
opinion. Like, we need a new Nier game. See, That would've been
I
nice.
still haven't played none of the Nier games, despite the fact I already
Oh.
own them all in my Steam library.
Automata
already.
was great.
I was gonna say,
Replicant,
Automata.
Replicant, I played some on
I think
PlayStation
it's
very
Plus,
different.
but,
I think I have
It
both.
is.
Let me see. I'll try both. Yeah, I got
Automata's
both.
on sale on
Yeah.
PSN for
Both is
$15.99.
I already got Automata and already got
Okay.
Replicant here, so it's been It's weird. I just randomly bought these games and haven't just touched them yet. So
you know what's a good
Well,
game
they're so
too?
good, you
from
should.
Platinum. It's not Nier related, but Astral Chain. If you haven't played Astral Chain, you gotta play that.
Okay. Yeah, I own that too.
That was really good. Midnight Walk, VR game. That one is they showed that off. Ninja Turtles, Shredder's Revenge, Radical Reptiles. They showed that
Speaking
off, which
of
is
that-
DLC. Yep.
Speaking of that, I quadruple dipped. I bought that on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Switch. And
Nice.
for the first time, I went through the entire arcade mode of Shredder's Revenge. I got like maybe halfway through it before, but I went through the whole thing.
Mhm.
It's so good. That game is so good. It makes me really look
It is.
forward to that Power Rangers game that's coming
Yeah.
out soon. Like,
oh yeah,
oh man, it is so amazing. Like if I would have had that game when I was a kid, I just would have like lived in my room and just playing like Ninja Turtles all day, even more than I already did with like Turtles in Time or whatever.
Turtles
But
in
yeah,
Time,
that game
yeah.
I can't recommend enough.
Geek Show says Two Booty and Stella Booty, a fusion made in heaven.
oh yeah. Geek, yeah, you're out on that one.
You know what? It
Stellar
would have been a
Blade.
deep.
Oh man,
You know what? It would have been a deep cut for the TMT, Shredder's
Hmm.
Revenge. If they, I know this. I don't know if this is canon. Probably not anymore. But the old was it on Fox when they did that live like Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles TV show?
Yeah, I
With
remember
Oh,
with the
shells
female,
or
yeah.
whatever.
with the female
Yeah.
turtle.
Yeah, and her name
Yeah.
was
Yeah, Mona
Venus.
Lisa. Wasn't that
the
Mona
Milo.
Lisa?
No,
No, it was Venus the Milo.
Venus. Yeah,
Oh,
It was
Venus
the
the Milo,
Venus.
okay.
Yeah,
she had like
They're like-
a blue, like a even lighter blue.
she was like a light blue,
headband and,
blue. She was basically like Leonardo, but
Yeah.
lighter.
Because Mona Lisa wasn't a turtle; she's like a lizard.
No, she's
Yeah,
a gecko of some sort.
yeah.
But I'm like, that would have been like a deep cut if they put her in the game as a DLC character.
That'd been way deep.
That would have been cool. Honestly, I wonder why they never revisit her, because like I used to watch that show when they had it like on Fox Kids, and I remember watching that show, and it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
They showed off Sonic Cross Shadow Generations. There is a Keanu
Keanu.
Reeves, like a Shadow the Hedgehog. I'm sorry, Sonic the Hedgehog 3 movie DLC, where basically you play as Shadow. You have the voice of Keanu Reeves, and you're playing through, I guess it's like the opening arc of the movie, I think.
Yeah, pretty much. And I'm just like, bro, it gets even more crazier the more we get close to this freaking release. I'm just ready to play this game.
Yeah.
God, I'm glad it's not in October. I'm pretty sure it's coming out later on. Or
This
something
one,
like that.
the DLC movie pack is December 12th, so when the movie comes out.
Yeah, plenty of time.
Yeah, Geek says he's a man of culture, and he says he liked Venus. She was like Scion. Yeah. Towers of Aghaspa. I don't know how to pronounce it, but that was another game they showed off. And the final game, the game that we've all were kind of hyped for, is the Lunar Remastered Collection. That was a surprise, honestly. I think that surprised all of us, because I thought people forgot about Lunar. And not only that, when people talk Lunar, usually they're talking about the first game, never the second game. So I would never have thought for this collection to come out. I'm so happy that people are going to be able to experience this, because this is a game that needs to be experienced. I've talked about it a couple times. Lunar 2, for me personally, I prefer Lunar 2 over Lunar 1. Even though I do very much enjoy Lunar 1 as well. But I'm glad that we're getting both of them. And Lunar 1 is going to be... Because there's 4 different versions of Lunar 1, just to let you guys know.
Mm-hmm.
And they're all different.
Jeez.
Yeah, they're all different.
It's
It's
like
not
gonna have
like...
the crushing difficulty of the working designs version. I hope not.
It's... So there's... Going backwards, there's the PSP version, right? Which is... story-wise the same, but like different. Then there's the Game Boy Advance version, which is
sucks, I heard.
different. I mean, I had it. It's because the cutscenes. There's no cutscenes, right? It's just a picture, and then you continue on with the thing. And then there is the PS1 version, and then there is the Sega Saturn or
CD or
one of the two.
Saturn?
Saturn or CD, one of the two. There's that version. According to what a lot of people say, the best version is... What do you guys want to guess?
Saturn.
PS1.
CD. You said CD. Yeah, CD.
No, it's
I'm
not
gonna say CD.
PS1. I bet it's the PSP version.
I'm gonna say CD.
All right. The best version is actually the original, the Sega CD or Saturn, whichever version it is.
I'm gonna look it up.
Yeah,
The reason behind
I
that,
knew it.
yeah, the reason behind that was apparently because of the world map. They actually had a more expensive world map where you can explore.
Sega CD, by the way.
It was Sega CD? Okay. So they had a more expensive world map, where in the PS1 version, they actually dumbed down the world map. And there's a lot of things that they changed also. The PS1 had the better cutscenes because they were all anime. So they definitely had the better cutscenes. But overall, in terms of the game design portion of it, the Sega CD version was the better option.
Makes sense.
PS1 version was
But this one is the PS1
hard.
version. Yeah.
Oh, it is?
Yeah, this is
I wonder
the
if
PS1
they're going to change the
version.
difficulty.
I don't know.
Because it's crushing. Those working designs revisions of Lunar 1 and 2 are so hard.
Yeah. And
It's-
like Lunar 2 was also hard too. Like, I mean,
Right.
both of them were pretty difficult. And Lunar 2, like some of the boss fights were very tricky. I'll never forget, there's this one that's like a giant like puppet you fight. I was stuck on that boss forever. I remember I had to take like a week break because I was like, man, there's no way I
Week
can beat this
break.
guy. Yeah. Like I was like, there's no way I can beat this guy. I stopped and I was like, let me try to finish Legend of Dragoon again, you know, because I was at the final boss of Legend of Dragoon. And then I went back to Lunar too because some of the fights are pretty difficult. And going back and replaying it, I didn't realize how difficult that game was until I'm replaying it because I'm like, wow, like in the beginning of the game, you're pretty much fighting for survival. It's not like most
I'm trying
RPGs.
to find this puppet boss.
I want to say it's a puppet. Let me see if I could find it. Lunar 2 bosses. But anyways, while I look for that, any thoughts, you guys, on this?
I haven't experienced none of the Lunar games, but I'm glad we're getting a remaster for this. And I think we already talked about this unfortunately this game is coming out next year, right?
Yeah,
It
spring.
is,
Like, bro, a fucking
unfortunately.
remaster beating. It's
It'll
whatever.
drop.
But yeah, I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna get it and stuff. So and we've already confirmed that it's coming onto all
Are
consoles.
you sure
right?
the Sega CD
Yes.
was the better version? Because I'm reading up in here, and it says the Sega Saturn version had more voice acting and better like cutscene animation.
Oh, maybe it came
and
out on
more
both?
colorful.
Yeah, it could have.
Did it come
Yeah,
out
it
on
could have came
both?
out on both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay, then the Saturn is probably the best one, and if it, at that point, I'm pretty sure they'll have all that stuff for the
Yeah.
remaster, if anything.
And it says the
Oh, you might hear
PlayStation
some
version has all
audio
the same as the
photos there.
Sega Saturn except crappier music.
Which that'll be
Music's
fixed.
great.
That'll be fixed in the remaster at that point. But yeah, if it's coming to Steam, I'm definitely playing it on my Steam Deck if anything.
It's,
So
it's coming out on all consoles.
yeah,
Yep. Even Xbox.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Everyone's
even
putting it.
Xbox.
I like we're seeing even Xbox, man. Xbox barely gets nothing.
Is it this one here? Hold up. You might hear audio from my mic. Oh no, it's muted. All right. I don't think this is. Yeah, it's called the Magic Tester LX1. That's the boss fight. He's not a I guess he's not a puppet. He's a wind-up toy. So that's who it is. And that guy was such a pain. Oh man. Yeah, just seeing this guy's face makes me want to punch him. Like
You put it in the Discord?
no, I did. I'll put it in the Discord right now.
Put it in the Discord. I want to see.
This dude's he was a pain. Pain ruined my childhood. No, just kidding. Wasn't that deep. There's more things that ruined my childhood, like the Water Temple and Ocarina of Time. And me thinking that I messed up the game, so I restarted all of Ocarina of Time, thinking that I ruined the game, when in reality I never did.
That's a pretty cool looking boss. I gotta say, that's really cool for like that graphical style. Like
Yeah.
that's pretty cool looking.
Yeah, the graphic style in general in Lunar is great. Like I do like the art style of it. The anime cutscenes are great as well. Just everything about it. It's so 90s. Like
It's very pure. It's very pure 90s RPG.
exactly.
Yep.
And that's what's special about it. So I do hope a lot of people get this game because Lunar deserves a lot of love. It's an RPG. It's one of those RPGs that doesn't get talked about like Breath of Fire 4, right? It doesn't get talked about like it should. If I had to rank this as in my top 10 RPGs on PS1, it probably would be in there.
You
when I
know,
think about
with
it.
this Lunar collection coming out, do you think that's going to hint of a Breath of Fire collection? Like coming out.
Oh, from your lips to God's ears for
Yeah.
James.
I mean, I hope so.
I mean, I
like,
put it out there. You know, I'm putting it out there.
like
Fan, you're
I feel like
you're putting a lot of
Capcom's
stuff out
lying.
there right now.
I mean, but
Yeah,
Capcom
just
has
throwing the
done
grenade.
Capcom has done their surveys, and like Breath of Fire is always like in the top 10 in there.
Yeah,
It's
for
just-
James, for all of James put it in like 100,000 times.
on
All
my
his
my
bot
bots
All
accounts,
his bot
yeah.
accounts.
Yeah.
But it deserves, like, if anything, because I think 1 and 2, like, if people play 1 and 2, I don't personally think they're that good. Like, I try to go to them, and they're just not.
Well,
that
they're already
great.
available on like Nintendo Switch Online.
Yeah, and that's what I'm saying. Like, I go back to them. If people play those games and feel like, let's say if Capcom is tracking that and seeing how many people are playing those, I think those 2 games are 2 very bad examples of Breath of Fire. Because 3 and 4 are definitely the highlights of Breath of Fire. In my opinion, 4 more than 3, but a lot of people argue that 3 more than 4. I think those 2 are,
3S
like,
on the
peak
S or
Breath of Fire.
PS1?
3 is PS1.
Okay.
Yeah, so of course, like PS1, I don't know. I argue PS1 is the golden age of RPGs, where some people like to say SNES. SNES
Well, they
had a lot of good
re-released
RPGs,
Breath of
but-
Fire 3 for the PSP, and it
They
added
did.
like widescreen support and
Yeah.
like a lot of better like life enhancements. To the
Yeah.
games.
I'm with you. PS1.
Yeah,
I could
right?
I could tell you this much. Every time I launch Breath of Fire 4 on the Steam Deck, it always plays that
You think of James?
iconic. No, it always plays that iconic PS1 intro. Man, I just never
yeah.
get tired of that. Man,
Yeah.
God,
Yeah,
I think
I
of James smiling at you. His little smile going up when that dun,
Yeah,
dun
every time I see
plays.
that I mean, again, that's that PS1 era, like Wild Arms 2.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if anybody's played Wild Arms 2. Did you know, and I don't remember this at all, did you know that Wild Arms 2, right? You know how most games, they go ahead after you save, they might ask you, like, do you want to continue playing? If you hit no, it just takes you back to the main menu. Wild Arms 2, right, has an opening, right? There's an opening theme. Every time you load it up, there's an opening animation. Like an anime. Think of any anime that has an anime opening. It has that.
Like an opening theme song.
Correct. Opening theme song and
Okay.
opening like there's actual animation stuff like that, right? There is an ending theme song. So when you save and press no, you don't want to continue, it plays an ending like anime style ending. I did
That's
not
funny.
know that. And
That's actually funny.
like I was watching it the other day, I was like, man, this is so 90s. Like just look at it, it's like this is so 90s. I was just smiling the whole time. I was like, man, I miss 90s.
Dude,
gaming.
it's just like
I
what
miss
was
the
it,
90s in general. How about that?
Metal
Yeah.
Gear Solid, where like when you fought against what's his name, that
Psycho
boss, where,
Mantis?
like yes,
Like a Mantis, yeah.
and like and like it read off like the freaking things on your memory
Your
card.
memory card.
yeah.
Like-
yeah.
Yeah, like
I
just
see you
all
like
those little things.
Castlevania.
Yeah. And then having to swap out controller ports to be able to beat him because
Yep.
he recognized that. Yeah, all that stuff was.
That was so cool.
It was right. Like I feel like just those things you will never be able. We will never get back. I don't know. I say we lived through the best years in my opinion, but I guess
In general,
everybody
for
says
sure.
that. But like I just think the technology between all the technology that came out in gaming in general, the amount of like innovations or not even innovations, the amount of what's the right word I'm looking for? The amount of misfrizzles that came out in the 90s was great, right? There was just so many people testing out different things. From Brave Fencer Musashi, Bubble
Like the
Bobble.
foundation. What
Yeah,
you're saying, like the foundation of everything.
Yeah, it was just so great, and now everything's just I feel so stale.
Well, here's the thing I have a question about because
Mhm.
you guys have kids. It's like
I don't.
when I was a kid, not you, Ash, but like
Yeah.
you and Fandu. Like when I was a kid, I was playing the Final Fantasies, the Grandias, the Lunars, all the rest and stuff like that. But like are people like when I was like maybe like 11 or 12 or 13, I was playing that stuff. Like are 11, 12, and 13-year-olds playing that stuff? Like your
No.
kids, I don't know how old your kids are, but like are they playing that or is it mostly the Roblox,
Roblox, Fortnite.
the Fortnites, all that
Yeah.
stuff?
Unfortunately, my kids it's Roblox, and
Mm.
my oldest is Call of Duty, like nonstop.
Okay.
Though
Okay.
my second oldest, he platinum Astrobot. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
Okay.
Astrobot. Platinum Astrobot.
I get some
and then
Miss Frizzles.
He wants to play Echoes of Wisdom as well.
Oh, hey,
so there's
all
that.
right.
But they did
Alright, I like hearing
beat Tears of the Kingdom. They 100% Breath of the Wild, both of them, both of my oldest.
Okay. Okay, well, see, then that's fine.
Yeah, so they've been like Mario Odyssey and stuff like that. So they've done stuff like that, but like I've tried to get them to like Final Fantasy VII Remake, and they're like, like
No
we know
dice.
Cloud,
Really?
but- yeah, like we know Cloud, but we know Smash Bros. Cloud. Like that's console.
Oh, damn. That's rest in peace. Oh, my
Yeah.
God.
So it's not the same, unfortunately. Like Fire Emblem or anything like that. I've tried. I was like, look, you gotta play. I keep telling you, gotta play real games. I am playing a real game. I was like, that's not a real game. Like that's
Too
fake
weeby for them.
yeah, the real games. But unfortunately, is what it is. Oh, my oldest did play Resident Evil though. Resident Evil 4.
Which one? 4? Okay.
4,
The new
yeah.
one? The remake?
Yeah.
Dang, you gotta put him on the original one too, man. That's where started.
Yeah, he did that. We did 5 together. We did play Elden Ring and Dark Souls together too with my oldest. So my
Okay.
oldest has a little bit more flexibility because we were trying to finish Dark Souls, and then he did something. He didn't rest at a bonfire. Ash, you might know this. In the original Dark Souls, after you fight one of the monsters at the belt, I think it's a bell tower or something like that.
Yeah.
They grab you and they take you to like another area.
Basically,
Right?
yeah, that's pretty much the very beginning.
So
Yep.
He did no, not in the very beginning. This is like halfway. This is towards the end of the game.
Oh, I remember now. I know what you're talking about now. Okay.
So they like these gargoyles. They grab you. They take you to a whole different area, and in that whole area, he forgot to rest at the bonfire and he died. So he had to go all the way back. I was like, you got to catch up to me because I'm not going back to help you out from there. And since then we haven't played that. But yeah, we played Elden Ring as well. Together, so some stuff. Shredder's Revenge, we actually played as a family. That was kind of cool because it supports, was it 8 players? I think.
Yeah,
Yeah,
a
that's
lot of players,
insane.
man.
Yeah, so we did 6 players. So 5 players technically.
I've got an 8-bit do arcade stick that I play that game with.
That's kind
I'll
of
bet that's a great combo.
yeah. But yeah, unfortunately, yeah, Lunar is gonna be like, what is this? This is dumb, you know.
Yeah.
Type of deal, unfortunately. Yeah, that goes back to what you guys were saying about Horizon, right? Like the kids nowadays want Horizon. They don't want Siphon Filter or SOCOM or whatever else.
Not necessarily the
Horizon
kids. Not
in the
necessarily
Roblox category.
kids. No. Not necessarily the kids.
Love Horizon. They're
No,
Roblox.
it's more
Horizon
like
is
the
Roblox.
it's more like the people in my age range, or even in fans, or like even with my mom and dad too. Like if
I mean,
it's
fan is older
basically
than me.
people or they're not deep into gaming, that's where Aloy sits at. And then with the new Lego game coming out, they're trying to appeal more to kids as well, so that way they can.
My dad is not too into gaming, but he would definitely prefer a new Siphon Filter over Horizon.
He's an exception. I'm pretty sure my dad wouldn't know what that game is, and I'm pretty sure mine's older than your dad. It's like straight up.
I don't know about that. Maybe not. But yeah,
My
my dad
dad's
played
65.
PS1 games. He played. Okay, so he is older. Yeah.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
so-
Trust me.
So
Yeah, he's up there. So
he's played like PS1 era games. So he played Metal Gear Solid. He played Gran Turismo, which was his favorite. Rage Racer, which I was talking about earlier. What other games did he play? He played like Shenmue on Dreamcast, Rainbow Six. He was more into like shooting games and stuff like that. So anything that
Yeah,
had
this is all very like almost like realistic modern settings. Like Horizon's
Yeah.
not. Horizon's more
Horizon's
sci-fi fantasy.
realistic. It's realistic and
Yeah, but
modern,
it's
I
not
think.
Siphon Filter
I
realistic.
mean, that's how I picture Utah or wherever Horizon takes place to be like, no, I'm just kidding. I just go over there and there's robot dinosaurs everywhere. So I'm like, cool, Transformers.
I
Right?
wish.
Zoids. That's what I used to call the Horizon thing. I'm not sure if anybody else seen Zoids. They just look like Zoids.
Yeah.
Yep. Which, speaking of Zoids, I didn't know there was an RPG Zoids on Game Boy Advance. I found that out the other day. I didn't know either. I'm gonna download it, and I'm gonna get it. I'm gonna acquire it and play it.
I only played the one on the GameCube.
GameCube. Yeah, same here. Well, that is everything that we have. Actually, let's talk about the state of play rating. So Brian, do you still stand with that B minus?
the rating.
Yeah, I absolutely do.
Okay. What about you, fan? I think because you said B minus as well, right?
Yeah.
Wait, did I say B minus? I thought I said B plus.
You said B
I-
minus.
I said B originally, but I'll switch mine down to a B minus.
Okay. What about you, Ash? You're switching yours, Brian, to B plus?
I'll do a B. I'll do a B.
Okay. What about you, Ash?
Probably sticking with C plus for now.
I'm sticking with C. Like it's
Because everything wasn't Lunar remastered. It's a C.
Yeah, I mean, to me, it's just so a C is not bad. Like I don't like to give A's to a lot of things. Like an A has to blow me away. That's like an A to me would have been like if Metroid Prime 4
So
I
you're
know that's
saying
already
this
been answered.
whole
Hold on.
this
Hold on. Wait.
state of plays.
No, hold on. Listen to me. An A to me, I'm gonna tell you what an A is, right? Now, I'm gonna use games that already were announced, but I'm gonna say let's pretend these games weren't announced and they announced all this at the same time. An A to me would be like Metroid Prime 4, Mario Odyssey, Tears of the Kingdom, like a new Paper Mario or like Thousand Year Door remake. Like all that got announced in one go. That would have been like
That's
an
unrealistic.
but that's an A. Like that's what I'm saying
That's
for
an
an A
S,
for me.
man.
Well, to me, I don't do S's. Like A's top.
He doesn't play enough Sonic
You're making
games.
it to where A is unattainable when an A
Correct.
should
It's
be
attainable.
in
It can be
reality.
attainable.
No,
Yeah.
because they're not going to announce all those things all at once. They're going to spread
do you
that
know?
out
How do
course
you
of the
know?
year.
Because
they
it's
could
not
be
a James
throughout the year.
Direct, dude. They
It's a
appeal to all
business.
different audiences.
See,
it's
But
for
it's a
all different
business.
age groups.
to me, like I can't. The other thing is I can't give it a B if I gave the Marvel vs. Capcom stuff like the last partner direct we have. If I gave that a B and I was more hyped for that, I can't give this a B because they were definitely for me they were not the same. in the
They're hyped for
hypeness.
different reasons. They're hyped for different reasons.
To
I
me,
think
it's
there's just
Lunar
as much to
2.
be
That's
excited
it.
about.
Like I wasn't as much as I'm
That's
excited
it?
for. Yeah, as much as I'm excited for Soul Reaver, I told you I would prefer a remake. Like I really want a remake of that game.
How about Hell Is Us? That looks really cool.
Yeah,
It does look
You
cool.
you
It
didn't
does
like
look
the
cool.
Ghost of Yote
Yeah.
announcement at the end?
Yeah, Ghost
I
of
mean-
Yotai. Yeah.
We got a cinematic
What more do you want?
and a little bit of gameplay like that.
Well,
There's that.
'Cause
Horizon.
the sea is
Horizon-
average.
Yeah, C was average,
The
and I
sea
thought
is
it was
average.
good.
Here's
Seeming's good.
The state of play
Here-
is slightly above average.
well, okay. Hear me on this one. So
Yeah.
with Ghost of Yote, I have to give Sony props, which is why I have it at a C plus because that's the first time they actually announced that game, and at the same time they also showed gameplay for it as well.
Yeah,
Literally.
they showed a little
And
bit.
which
at the end, yeah.
should be done with any other game that any other company was going to announce.
That's
It's like,
true.
hey,
The original
we got
Ghost of
this game
Tsushima
coming
was
out
just
next
cinematic.
year. Here's gameplay, and I'm like, nice, So
But like, if like the standouts to me would be like Lunar 2, Hell Is Us.
Soul Reaver.
yeah, so
I mean, Soul Reaver stands out. Like I said, I'm semi disappointed because even though I knew this was coming, I just want a remake. Like I feel that game deserves such a remake. What else? And I think it would do good in today's audience. Honestly, Soul Reaver would do good in the dark, creepy, style. Excuse me, like fighting game because a lot of people are very into like, Lies of P, Elden Ring and stuff like that. They can not optimize, but they can change Soul Reaver's gameplay to be more similar to that in terms of the 3D battle mechanics, and I think a lot of people would jump on that. But yeah, that's really really it. Like we didn't even get like more Metal Gear Solid gameplay, Metal Gear Solid Delta gameplay, which I
Well, they
would've
showed
been
its
excited
PS5
for.
Pro enhanced. That's something, I guess.
I mean, I guess like this PS5, like to me, I think C is very. It's just a C. Like I can't think. There's nothing in there that will make me say this deserves a B. This gives me.
I
as
think
hype
Ghost of
as-
Yotai by itself is at least a C. Like just that alone.
Yeah. Okay. If
Like-
that alone carries the whole direct and that's its highest point, then like
No, I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like, even if it was Yotai with nothing else, like
Yeah.
that, I mean, that's at least like a C plus in my opinion. But then you have all the rest of it, like, I don't know, man. It's just,
it's
I
just to me,
understand
like,
what you're saying,
There's like three or four games that really stand out to me.
and that's really
That's
all
it.
that you can count on, man. Because we're not the only people they're trying to market to, that
Yeah.
right? They're trying to
get
market
it.
people that
No,
are younger
I
than us, older
understand.
than us.
But like my
Emails, whatever.
my game range is pretty broad, right? Outside of sports games, like I like a lot of different type of genre games, and I just feel like nothing in there it didn't appeal to me.
All right.
Like it's not like again the last Nintendo Direct. Let me see if I can find that last Nintendo Direct.
Are you talking about the partner direct?
Yeah,
Okay, so Marvel
because we
vs.
gave that a
Capcom.
B. Yeah, we gave that a B. So I wanna.
Uh huh.
What was that? What was August 27th? I don't know if this is all of it. This is weird. Hold on, let me try to find an article because that was a weird.
You're looking up the
listing.
partner, like what was announced in the partner direct.
Yeah.
Okay,
So like Sea of Stars DLC had me pretty
Mhm.
hyped. The Castlevania Dominus Collection, right? Had me pretty hyped. Capcom Fighting Collection 2 had me hyped.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
They showed off finally Suikoden and we got a release date, right? That had me hyped. I mean, Tetris Forever was a plus. I wouldn't say I was super hyped, but it was still a plus. What else did we have? So that's already 4. What else? Is that everything? Really? Well, I guess
Yeah,
that's it. Just
because
4
a lot of
things.
those stuff were just
And
a lot of it was
all
indie
those
games.
are ports. Every
Yeah.
single one of those are ports,
True.
James.
Ports
Yeah.
of old games that you can't buy the systems anymore. I'm still excited
Right, so-
for that.
Well, I am too. I
Right.
love ports, but I think we should be open to new experiences too, my friend. That's
Yeah.
all I'm saying.
Well, I'm saying like Ghost of Yotai, right? So for me, Ghost of Yotai, Lunar 2, and then like Hell Is Us. I would say those are the 3 standouts. Soul Reaver, yeah.
Because there's 2 games in the showcase that are basically almost like ports, except they're remasters. Lunar and Soul Reaver.
Legacy.
Which and the 2 games that I'm excited for are both ports, like, right?
Well,
You
yeah,
know,
but then
and then
you-
there's
but Hell Is
Yotai.
Us-
But you're
cool.
giving,
Yeah.
but you're giving
Yotai.
Nintendo a B
Mhm.
when
Yeah.
most of it is ports.
Well, because if I have to
But you're-
choose, like, when it comes to Soul Reaver, I'm more excited for the Capcom Fighting Collection 2. And I like to me that was a huge
Capcom collection.
that was a huge thing to me. Like that, the minute I saw Capcom Fighting Collection 2, I was like, that I never thought that was going to be a thing.
Yeah.
Are you more excited for that than the Lunar remakes or the Lunar remasters?
Probably, yeah. Mainly because I played Lunar 2 just recently, right? I told you I was playing that.
And
not
the
that
only
long.
reason, but that's only just that one game. That could have been announced on any direct. It could have been announced on
Yep.
the Sony one. It could have been announced on the Xbox.
And if it was,
They could have
but
done
if it
their own
was,
separate
listen,
thing.
but hold up.
Yeah.
If it was announced at the Sony and not that Nintendo Direct, then I would probably put this at a B.
They could have had their own Capcom like direct, which they do.
Then that would have been
sometimes.
a probably a B there too. I'm saying like this is where
So
it was
you're
announced. though.
you're tying it all to just one game, not the whole.
That's a huge
direct in
thing to
general.
me though. Like
Yeah.
so if I do the whole general, you're gonna have some things that stick out more than others, right? Like
Yeah.
you know, and that's what I'm saying. Like in general, when I look at it, I like a lot of these, but I don't think any of these would, for me personally, would say this deserves a B.
I've seen bad state of plays, like where I'm like, this
Yeah.
is awful, right?
Uh-huh.
And I've seen good state of plays. This is a good state of play. This isn't average state of play. This is good because there are several things that we're
Good means
excited
average.
about.
If it's good, that's average.
No, average is average. Good is good. If you get a
Good.
C, it's average. If you get a B, it's good. A is
Good.
excellent.
To me, good is a C.
No,
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 it's
no,
not.
no, no.
Yeah, it's good. It's
Nah,
a C.
nah. Average
But
is
'cause you-
average.
Average
C
is
equal
average.
C equals mid. Good is above mid. Okay,
Oh,
let's
man.
just see what. Yeah, let's go back to the grading school real quick. Back in
All right.
elementary school.
So
I bet
then
your
I-
kids
I-
love you.
So then I guess it is an average state of play to me, which I feel like it's not average because the last state of plays were not.
And just
that
give it a
great.
B, James. B minus.
What-
I mean, I gave it a B minus.
All right,
Yeah, give it a B minus. That's
I'll
fine.
give it a B minus minus. There we go.
Oh,
I'm gonna have 2 minuses there. I'll give it a B minus. All right, not a double negative because that equals a positive. We're doing B minus minus. All right, so there we go.
Fine,
The
whatever.
okay, I'll give it a minus B minus. There we go. So there's 2 minuses in between the B's. So
Anyway, Saturday Night Live is about to come on.
oh man. All right, so that's all we have for today's podcast. Appreciate everyone for joining. We'll see. They'll continue to try to convince me to give this.
No, I'm done.
A B. You're done. Awesome.
I'm done.
As always, don't forget to hit that like and subscribe button. Goals to hit 2,000 subscribers by the end of the year. So definitely, hit that subscribe button. Share the channel. Does help out a lot. As well as follow over on Twitch. Bryant, where can I catch you at?
At red_so_deep on Twitter.
What about you, fan?
Phaneckswhy on Twitch, X, Twitter, YouTube, all the socials.
What about you, Ash?
You can find me at Astro on YouTube. I might make a video about the PS5 Pro and like it's going to be like a more
That's
indifferent
going to be the
mixed
thing
video.
that gets you to make a video. That's going to be the thing.
Probably because there are some honest things I have. There's a couple of hot takes I want to point out too, which is going to get a lot of people angry. But like, I need to like think through on what I need to say and this pretty much just lay it out there and stuff because there are certain things that people are not yelling out in their PS5 Pro videos that I probably need to just speak on about because it's a lot of hypocrisy. I'll say that much. So,
I agree with that.
Serious, yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, like honestly, like I said, if I played the PS5 Pro more than I did, I do think like
You mean your PS5?
Or
If you played your
PS5,
PS5 more than you
if I
did,
played the
yeah.
PS5 more than I did, then I think the PS5 Pro would be well worth it. I just don't, unfortunately. Like, honestly,
And
I
it's
would
my
pay.
main console, so
Yeah, I would pay $700 for a Sony handheld. I would have played that in a heartbeat. Like, if you
like a
came out now,
PlayStation 4 powered PlayStation
yeah,
handled for $700.
yeah,
Yeah.
I would in a heartbeat. I would play that. Like, oh man, that would be so awesome. But of course, Sony never listens to me. So what can I say? They'll do
Oh, no,
Horizon.
because you're giving your state of play C's.
Yeah, they're saying, what do we care
They
what
gotta.
this Joker
They
thinks?
should listen to my feedback. Because if they announce a Sony portable this state of play, I would have been like, this is an A right away. Like, this is the new PSP, the real PSP. I'd be like, that's an A right away. And then they had menu music and stuff like that too. That'd be cool. But yeah.
The launch game will be Concord.
Oh no. Then that would be horrible. I don't think anybody
And
would buy
Monster
it.
Hunter Wilds.
No, if they had like a launch game like Legend Dragoon remake, like or Soul Reaver
that'd be
remake,
awesome.
Which they don't care about Legend Dragoon or Soul Reaver. Though they have Blue Point. Blue Point is good at doing remakes. Utilize them to do that. Like Legend Dragoon, nothing needs to change. Just pretty it up. Sell it for $70. I'll buy
Oh,
it.
so
70
you'd
bu-
be
70
okay,
I don't know
you'd be
about
okay
that.
with that being a remaster versus a whole remake.
No, I said remake. I said pretty it
No,
up.
you said pretty it up. So that's basically a
Yeah,
remaster.
pretty
a
up's
P-
kind of
Bring it
remastered
up to-
territory.
Okay, pretty it up in the terms of Demon Souls PS3 to Demon Souls PS5. That is a night and day difference in look.
Okay. Fair enough.
So like imagine PS1
That's a whole new game.
to PS5.
So way pretty it up.
Like exactly. Like yeah, get everything. Get the makeup everywhere. Fix it up. I guess bring back the original voice cast maybe if they're still around. I would like that.
Oh, this got dark.
Yeah. Like I'm thinking about it. I was like, oh man, that was a while back. I don't know.
Yeah, it was.
Yeah. But anyways, this is the end of the podcast. Appreciate everyone for joining us. As always, my name is James. We will catch you guys next time.